Which one?
Greetings, Retro Unlimiters. It is indeed Harry Yack versus the world. This picture is what's going to happen tonight. I'm going to explode you all. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you, yes, you, sitting there in your chair or on your bed or whatever, to jump on this stream. The link is in the description, and you can join us and chat to us about anything you like. Anything goes tonight. It's not Retro Unlim Live, it's Harry Yack versus the world. Try and kill me somehow, with your words, of course. Not literally. But yes, come on and chat about absolutely anything in the whole wide world, and then we'll probably explode into something. But with me in the stream already is one half of the Two Fat Bastards. It is Mr. Chris Shanked. Hello!
Hello! That's, Harry, I'm very disappointed.
Why?
Because it's 2/3.
Oh yes, of course. Sorry. Is that slander? Should I go back and re-record that?
Shit, it's live! Shit, it's live!
Yeah, let's do it live. So Chris, I hear you're not very happy about the new U2 album being released to the general public.
Not really, no. It's, oh dear, sorry, my,
His caveman
iTunes.
beard is getting in the way.
No, my iTunes started, I was importing stuff into my iTunes, and,
Oh,
suddenly...
it triggered because we said U2. You know, because of those old adverts that U2 were in.
Yeah.
You say
And
U2.
suddenly-
iTunes opened, you know, like the Xbone.
Yeah.
Say,
oh,
Xbox
it's really-
on.
Right,
But
I'll
you
do
just
that
say-
later.
Yeah, you
It
just say,
starts playing the Ace of Spades! out of
that's the wrong
nowhere.
tune. No, don't
Oh.
play that. Copyright strike, copyright strike. Still better than U2,
No.
though. No, I
Still
quite
better
like
than
U2.
I like the Joshua Tree, but everything else is a bit shit. So.
Well,
there's-
I don't have any U2 albums.
Yeah, the thing is, the new U2 album's on every iDevice in the world. If you've got iTunes, they've put it on your cloud, and then it automatically goes to it. And I've got a feeling that they still don't know what I'm looking for.
Hey!
And it came out. It came out on a Sunday, bloody Sunday.
Hey!
And it was quite like a New Year's Day.
Any more?
It wasn't a beautiful day. That's about it. That's my YouTube pun repertoire held up.
Oh, you're
Apart
living on.
from Bono's a cunt, and that's that's probably the best one of them all.
Oh dear, that is slanderous. We are really living on the edge here.
Hey, I love it, the edge.
Hey! And yes, well, also in the stream we have it's Mr. Irwin. Hello.
Hello.
Do you have a YouTube handle or something else that you're otherwise known as? Another name?
Of course. My my handle is Costardo.
Ah, I thought I
Ah.
recognized you. Hello.
Hello.
Of course it is. Fuck's sakes.
And what is your tipple of choice this evening?
My what of choice?
Your drink of choice this evening.
My drink of choice. Let me hold it in front of the camera.
We have to show it for Chris.
Yes.
He's a beer expert.
Oh, what have you got there? Oh, very good. Left flap.
A
See
double
that?
Trappist. Have you had that, Chris?
I have. It's very, very good. We don't. It's very difficult to obtain in England, but it's a very good beer. Belgian?
It's a Dutch.
Dutch. I thought that's. You probably hate me now. I've said that.
No. It's the it's the only Dutch Abbey beer. So
I was going to say they're not normally Dutch. To be fair, that's if you ask a Dutch person, that's the only thing a Belgian can get right is beer.
yeah.
So, would you like me to call you Irwin or Costardo? What would you prefer?
Costardo is the handle
Costardo, right.
most people know me by, I think.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
let's-
for sure, man.
Well-
he's a big fan of the Two Fat Bastards. That really
Yes,
good live
yes,
stream.
right.
All right. Well, it's fantastic to have you on this evening. This is the first time I believe we've had you on any of these streams. By the fact that I didn't recognize you, I feel embarrassed for not recognizing you because.
Well, my face is not plastered all over the internet, so yeah.
Well, it is in your avatar, and I should have noticed.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I felt a fool.
I have two accounts connected to my YouTube account, so I'm not sure
How have you managed that? Us mere mortals can only have one.
No. What is it? The Google Plus account. I do have.
Oh, fuck that shit.
What? Forget it.
Well, there's a piece of news. Google Plus are going to be opening the Google Plus Hangout service to everybody. You don't need to have a G Plus account. I don't know when that's going to be rolled out, but I read it last week.
This will only end in still more chaos.
Yeah, they're going to need to do something, aren't they? Because of Skype and everything else. They're trying to battle against that. So yeah, makes sense.
Oh, speaking of which, ladies and gentlemen, you can join us this evening. The link is down there in the description. Let me see if I can remember it. bit.do/YackVWorld01. It's probably better just to click the link in the comments. Not the description, the comments, because of reasons that are too complicated to explain. Yes, thank you very much for that. Cha-ching!
Oh, wow.
Are you being served?
That's my iPhone telling me that Steve was just saying that's not partying, that's a Scottish celebration. The rioting, I mean.
Is there rioting going on in Scotland now?
Yeah, because in Glasgow, it was one of the few places where they voted that they did want to be independent.
Oh, right. I have a colleague from Glasgow who...
Yeah, well, John, our friend JL76, he's 5 minutes away from it. Literally, a stone's throw.
Right, well,
which isn't very good considering they're throwing stones.
Rioting is never fun, I think.
He's probably watching it from his window, just like in that episode of Bottom. Eddie! Come and look at this! He lives with an Eddie Hitler. The Scottish version of Eddie Hitler, Alex Salmond. Oh, sorry. Oh dear, that was potentially political, wasn't it? No, it's just because he's bald, you see. It's just because he's bald. I swear. Right. So, guys, it is time to look at the comments, which I do not have loaded up. How very unprofessional of me.
Well,
yes. It's not as if the regular Retro and Limb lives are professional, but anyway, we have Retro and Limb in the house. He says, good evening, and Glasgow celebrating tonight, which we've already gone into, and Chris has quite possibly read that comment out already.
Oh no, I was reading on a WhatsApp message.
I want to hear that ringtone again, that ching.
It'll come up in a minute. I've just got an iPhone because my brother sent me his old iPhone 4S, which was very kind.
So you didn't stand in line for a beautiful new iPhone 6 today?
Oh no, I'm not an iClone. I can understand why people like it so much, but it's it is still just a phone, but it's a very functional phone.
Well, I have to say that 240 frames per second slow motion is a tempting feature.
Hey, real men use 240p. No, 144p. That's the way to go. Game Boy camera size. So, Costado, I see you have your Vectrex set up in the background there.
Yes.
Yes. Because with all this technology in the background that I don't have, and you've got, I can just about see over on your computer table some sort of joystick, I think it is.
Yes, that was something I bought in my summer vacation. It's a setup I plan to use for playing Elite, but I haven't started yet. I just bought the game.
Ah, yes. And a dual monitor setup as well. Or maybe it's a triple monitor setup. Maybe there's another one on the other side.
Well, frankly, it's a single monitor setup. And the other one is just parked there.
Oh, okay.
Everybody should have dual monitors. Dual monitors is good.
Yes, I do have dual monitors, but on this side of the room, which you can't see now.
Jeez, he has quite a lot of monitors. Right, yes. Sorry, I'm just wishing I were Costado right now with all that fantastic technology. And
this is, I was going to say that was more awkward than an episode of Peep Show.
Oh. Yes, the soundboard is back tonight, ladies and gentlemen, in full force.
Oh, thank you.
So yes, I was playing a Vectrex the other weekend actually at cheap plug the Superbite Festival, which was in Manchester on the Saturday just gone. Fantastic! It was a little pub event. They set up a load of retro games in there, including the Vectrex, and I had a go at it. What's the shooter game side-scrolling shooter, shoot 'em up thing for the Vectrex?
You mean Scramble?
Yes, it is Scramble. Yeah.
This is the overlay of Scramble, the red, yellow, and green thing.
Oh, okay. Well, I must have been playing that game then, but when I came back to it about 2 minutes later, it had broken. I must have busted it.
Well...
Oh, Yack. These things are rare, man.
The Vectrex is not something I would bring to a pub meet.
What?
Those things are fragile.
Yeah, I think you probably do.
Yes, I wish somebody would have told me that before I went in there. No amount of watching Steve Benway can prepare you for the fragileness, if indeed that's a word, of the Vectrex.
If you want to learn really how fragile Vectrexes are and what you can do to remedy some of the problems, you should watch Vectrex Rolly's channel.
I mean, how much is Vectrex anyways? Was it? They're about £25 for a game, but the consoles themselves about 150 for a decent one with a few games.
Wow.
Well, I got mine for quite a bit more, but it came with second stick, which is pretty rare in itself. So
yes. So I mean, you've got. There's one on eBay at the minute for £160. Buy it now with Blitz, Scramble, Starship, Solar Quest, Hyper Chase, I think it is, Armor Attack.
Okay.
And Cerberus. So yeah, not bad.
Not bad at all.
How many games do you have, Custado, for the Vectrex?
Oh wow.
Just a rough estimate. It's not as if you walk by every day and count how many Vectrex games you have, is it? Or is it?
Let me go and check. I'll be right back.
A full PAL set.
Because I don't believe they released that many games for it. Am I right?
No, it's the Vectrex library was relatively small.
You can get a multi-card, can't you? It's like an Everdrive, and it's basically got all the games on plus a few homebrew ones. I saw Ashton's review on it.
Yes, you can get the.
There we are again. 19.
19. Oh, that was a quick count. You're better at maths than me. But then, that's not a difficult.
That's to say 19 boxed original games, with well, actually 20, because the Mindstorm is built in, but I also have the overlay for Mindstorm. So, well,
that's pretty cool. Wasn't there a bug in that game? Go on. Ding!
Yep, there's a bug in that game. You can't go past, I think, level 13 or something like that. But you have to be pretty good before you get there.
I know. I couldn't even get to level 2.
And if you get to the crash, you can phone up Milton Bradley and they send you a new cartridge.
What? They would do that today, would they? No.
No.
They still print them. They're printing them to this day.
Well, there's only like 27, isn't there? Like full cartridges, is that right?
Yes, there are only a small number of original games. But last week I ordered a flash card. And
we were just saying about that.
And there's something like I think maybe 20 or 30 homebrew games on it. I do have Flappy Bird on the Vectrex now. So
is there?
Yeah.
Bird on the Vectrex.
Oh, can we get a demo of that now? Is it plugged in?
Yes, all my hardware is plugged in.
Oh, can we get a demo of Flappy Bird on the Vectrex? Oh, that would be so cool.
There was a Berserk too, wasn't there?
Let's see if it's going to work.
Oh, awesome. Meanwhile, we have somebody who's just about to enter. Ooh, he's not landed yet, so we'll just give him a second to come in. So, Chris, where's Carl this evening?
That's what I don't know where he is. He's probably playing Xbox One like a champ, while some of us are having the telly.
While some of us are actually doing productive work. Well, sorry, Chris. I actually just said that to wind you up, because I'm sure everybody says that to you when you meet them on the street. And I'm sure you walk around topless like that as well, and they shout at you in the street, "Caveman! Caveman!" Just like Woodland does.
That's right. I've got a club somewhere.
A club
But
foot.
no, it's a club biscuit. You know, if you
Hey!
like a lot of chocolate in your biscuit.
Hey! NeoGut75 said he's just pooped his liver, and that's better. Ah, well, glad to hear it. Oh, here we go. We're almost set up for Flappy Bird on Vectrex.
Yes.
Exclusive game.
I guess is this the latest Vectrex game to come out?
I'm not sure.
It's crazy to me that people
I
still
think
do it.
it was a Vecky Bird, yes. Let's see.
Vecky Bird, that's interesting. Vecky. Oh. Yes!
And
Do
I
you
have
have
to
some...
tap.
Oh, okay. Oh, you've died.
Right, well, I'm off to sort out my dinner and then watch some Arnold
Ah, what are you watching tonight, Chris? What's the
Sabotage!
Sabotage? You've got to review it for us for the channel, Chris. Tell us what it's like afterwards. Ah, thank
We
you
should
very
do
much.
that. We should start an Arnold review. Like this, Arnold.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for joining, Chris.
That's right.
And
Bye-bye. See you
I
soon.
know Malc will be happy now because he's WhatsApped me to say, where's my Atari ST, and also put your shirt on.
yes, I second that second comment. Well, we're sorry that Vecky Bird scared you off.
Yeah,
It's a
Vecky
very
Bird.
boring game.
It's pretty awful.
I'll see you later.
Thank you. It's very, very suited to the Vectrex I find.
Bye-bye.
So, there you go.
Oh, well, that was an experience. I
Yes,
do know
that's-
yes, Paul Ventris did a video of the Flappy Bird that came out for the Commodore. It wasn't the
Commodore
official.
64 version is
Yeah.
pretty damn good, I have to say.
Ah, right. Oh, I could see the world exploding on your screen there.
Question is there a Flappy Bird for the Amstrad?
I think there is. I
There-
might have downloaded it and meant to play it, but never did. So,
Okay. Because there's one for the Spectrum.
well, there must be one for the Amstrad CPC then, because
Yeah.
whatever the spec he has, the Amstrad must have, because it's the superior console, as everybody knows.
Let me. The Amstrad is actually my last classic console I got. I
Ah,
got it off. I'm not a fan.
Oh, you're not a fan of the CPC? Okay.
No, because well, it would be hard for me to be a fan because it was never widely available in the Netherlands. There were some Schneiders, but they only were available through post orders. So that was a bit of a.
No, I was just going to say, it pretty much is the same computer though, isn't it? I wish Chris were here, Novabug. He could tell you all about the Schneider, aka
Yeah.
Amstrad.
Well, I've learned a few things. I bought a floppy emulator for it to use floppy images with.
As opposed to a Flappy emulator, which we've just seen.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sound Monkey. Hey, let's have a look for some more comments. We have had one from Novabug himself. We just mentioned him. He says, "Evening, champs. Hopefully we'll pop by later." Ah, well, thank you, Chris. We hope to see you a bit later on.
Well, he can fill me in on some Amstrad details, perhaps.
Yes.
I've learned there are difficulties with power supplies, with floppy cables, because the Schneider and Amstrad versions have different floppy cables, and well, there's all kinds of. My joystick adapter here, this little thing, comes from Greece. Somebody on eBay sells these. The floppy cable from Austria. This thing is.
And then the Amstrad from the UK, and then probably playing one of the Spanish games from Indiscom.
Nope. It is a UK system, but it's from France, actually.
Ah, okay. Yes, right.
My
What?
Spectrum is from the UK, and that's and my Amiga. So those are the only two. Not sure. Maybe a few more systems I got from the UK, but
You were saying about the Amstrad CPC having dodgy cables earlier. It
well,
also has a dodgy monitor, a dodgy tape a dodgy keyboard, dodgy everything basically. Everything from the 80s just breaks instantly when you touch it these days. If my experience with the Vectrex is anything to go by.
well, the Vectrex has just this terribly designed joystick with an analog joystick, so that's pretty nice, I suppose. But there's springs in it that are basically guitar wires, and those are nearly impossible to replace if they are broken. So
On the plus side, you can make a fantastic Guitar Hero controller out of it. With genuine guitar strings. Well,
yes.
one thing about the controller I noticed is if you jerk the joystick around quite a lot, which I tend to do, ladies and gentlemen, yes, it tends to wobble about. It just happened there when you're messing around with it. The system, the unit, it just wobbles around all over the place. Won't stay in the same place. So
Yeah, that's
quite difficult.
It's really a little bit too light for its own good. And the one I use here is a well-played controller. The other one I have is as good as new, and that's even worse because the stick is pretty stiff on it.
Hey, hold on. There we go.
Yep.
Hey.
But well, I still love the Vectrex. It's a really great system.
Yeah, it's a fascinating piece of kit actually, especially for the time. Was it 82 or 83? Definitely early 80s.
Yes, I remember it, seeing it in the toy store here in my hometown, and well, this was the thing to get. It was just so very awesome. But it was only for sale for maybe 3/4 of a year in the Netherlands, and then it was gone.
Oh,
so
right.
you hardly had time to save up for it. I got my system from a Dutch chap in the south of the Netherlands, and he even had a box with it. So I do have the original box with the going out of business discount on games vouchers inside of it.
Oh, cool! I think it's awesome when you get a retro system or a retro game, and there's something inside the cart case, rather.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like even if it's just some passwords that somebody's scribbled on a piece of paper, I find that stuff fascinating.
I bought a 48K Spectrum from a lady in well, it's also the Netherlands, and I got with it a whole stack of books. And the Spectrum was from her dad. He died, and he was a home programmer. So I have probably the complete set of Dutch ZX Spectrum books. But there are notes in it. There are little pieces of paper and home-written programs and notes and comments by the source code. So it's pretty neat.
Cool.
Yeah.
Did you get any homebrew games with that as well?
No. It's only he was kind of big in astrology and things like that, biorhythms. It's really weird. Why would you use a computer to calculate those? But there you go. But still, it's pretty neat to find something inside a box of used systems.
Well, usually all I find is just competition cards and customer service things. I've often considered filling them out and sending them out just to see if I'd get a response. I wouldn't. It'd be a waste. You could probably sell that for £5, that piece of cardboard on eBay now. So
yeah,
what's the point? Just instantly deprecating the quality just by laying ink to paper.
I think with the systems being so old now, the chance of finding something that's from the original owner is getting pretty rare. So most of the time these things are thrown away or stripped out of lots. Why would you use postage and package to send a few tatty old books with the computer when it's really the computer that everybody wants?
Actually, we were talking about the Amstrad there. Smooth MJ is here. Hi, Smooth MJ is Mr. Amstrad. He will answer all the questions you have on it. In fact, I believe he used to run a website. That was a sub-website of the ussunlim.com. Yeah, and you can ask him about that. I'm sure he'll leave a comment about it very soon. So, Custado, do you plan to do any more streaming soon?
Well, I was planning to. I'm busy rebuilding my setup, which is I have a few videos of my old setup on the on YouTube, my channel. But by adding the Amstrad, I got in some kind of cable apocalypse.
K-apocalypse, cave-apocalypse.
Yeah. There's this thing, I want to have all my consoles connected and ready to go. So it's a pretty big deal to get all 20 or so systems connected at the same time.
Really? That must be a nightmare for the power socket.
Well, no, because they're always turned off for the most part.
Oh, of course.
I want to turn them on. I want to switch to the streaming hardware.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to muck about with cables and such.
Okay. Would you ever consider getting something like the Retron 5 to save some space and for ease of use with the live streams, so you can just switch from one console to the next?
Well, I'm not exactly opposed to emulation, but I think for me the fun of the retro systems is playing it on the actual systems, and there's little things you can see and hear in videos of emulated games. Yeah, that's not quite right sometimes, or people say, yeah, I'm not sure if it's the emulation or something like that. And well, by using the original hardware, you skip that part. So I like using the original systems. I also use emulation for things like MAME and stuff. And but on the whole, I think with things like the floppy emulators and flash cards, it's pretty convenient to run original systems.
Mm.
If you take a little bit of time to create a setup that's to your liking. So the last thing I did, my complete rebuild was sorting all systems by connection type, and that really cleared up a whole lot of mess here. I can show you this one.
I see you're very organized there. Oh, what's happening? He's being possessed by some sort of monster. I see you're very organized there. All my consoles are in a plastic bag in the cupboard because I've lost the original boxes. They were all thrown out.
These are my SCART switches. So these three. Let me see there.
Oh wow!
So those are populated, and so that's and on the other side there's.
There's more.
There's
more.
Word.
Yes. Jeez. I didn't know how much of a retro computer nut you were, even though I've seen your streams.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's the thing with original hardware. It takes up a lot of. No. I should say it doesn't take a lot of space because it's only the footprint of the console itself and some switching hardware. But well, if you add it all together, yeah, then it's then it's a pretty big investment in both time and.
So everything on your streams is original hardware and not emulated then?
Yes, basically. Yeah.
Oh wow. You deserve a round of applause for that.
Thank you.
I do believe Polar Ventress tries to do the same as well. So,
Yes, he does.
yeah,
He is,
you cut from the same cloth, you guys.
Well,
Oh.
there is something about playing with the original hardware that you don't get from an emulator.
Yeah.
Although I can see the attraction of the Retron 5, the unfortunate thing is the Retron 5 doesn't work with things like these.
Oh,
So
that's a flash card.
Yeah.
Huh.
The
So what's
problem
on
is,
that? How many games?
At the moment, nothing.
Oh right. Oh, you can. Oh, I see. It's one of those you can upload your own RAMs to.
There is no flash card in it at the moment.
Oh. Yes, there was one of those. I mentioned the Superbyte Festival earlier, the mini retro games and chip music festival that I was at last week. And they had one of those flash cards set up in a Mega Drive. I was messing around with that. It was a lot of fun. But unfortunately, there was loading times. Imagine that, loading times in Mega Drive games. I wanted to load up NBA Jam, but it took 20 seconds and there was a loading bar. Please wait, loading!
Well, I can tell you something about that.
Oh.
This one is the first Mega F drive.
I think that was it. That was it.
And this is one with loading times. The Super Mega F drive, or this is a ladle model. This is a little bit more expensive. But this has instant loading. Unfortunately, most of the other flash cards do have loading times as well. So.
Yeah. Well, I can live with that. If you've got all the games on one card, then I can put up with a little bit of loading time. What's that compared to the PS3's loading times?
Well, if I see that some newer games have loading times of up to a minute, that's getting back to 1984 standards.
What, the book by George Orwell, you mean?
Yeah.
Guys, we have a new entrant to the stream. I must remind you, you can jump onto the stream if you like. The link is down there in the comments. But here we have, it's Engelbert the Third. Hello!
Yay! Hello!
Hello, Bert.
Well, there were not many people, so I might as well join.
Oh, well, thank you, because last time you jumped on one of these streams, unfortunately, there were too many people and you couldn't get a word in. I do remember.
No, indeed. There was Lone Boys Post 1975 talking a lot. So,
well, you'll be sad to know that he may be coming on later, so you better get all your words in. Quick, say everything dead quickly now, before he comes.
Well, he was talking a lot, and he was trying to do those, I can't get my word in. Let me talk, but then there was a lag and everything, so I might as well give up.
Oh yes. Oh, and that wasn't on this channel, ladies and gentlemen. So this is indeed Engelbert's debut on Retro Unlim Live, because that stream was on the Harry Yack channel. So say a big Retro Unlim welcome to Engelbert.
Hello, welcome.
Thank you, thank you.
All right, guys. I'm going to throw open a question to you both here, and this is a question we used to ask on the old Retro Unlim podcast that we had many, many moons ago. It's recently been rebooted, but on the first few episodes of that, we had different guests, and I would each ask them the same question, which I'm going to pose to you right now, and that is a very wide-reaching question, and I'm open to any sort of answer you like for this, but what is retro to you? What does retro mean to you? Perhaps there's a particular game, system, or even a retro movie that you've seen or played that defines retro to you.
Ooh. Well, for me, retro in terms of gaming would be DOS games, like Monkey Island and everything like that. That's how I grew up with. Now play like, I mean, I did start with CPC, but to me, retro is more like DOS. Really, that kind of genre in a way, the whole game, you know.
Okay, so when somebody says retro to you, you think of stuff from the 90s rather than actual retro stuff. Your own view. It is an open question. It's your own view of retro. I mean, to me, it would be something like the NES, which was my first console. So I guess it's a valid answer to say whatever your first console was.
Oh yeah, indeed, that's a very good answer actually. But yeah, if you think about it, like music in terms of retro, that would say like 70s stuff. Like, don't know if you ever heard of Early Rush or anything like that.
The
Um,
band Rush.
yeah,
Yes.
of course, yeah. So kind of something like that, like kind of Pink Floyd. But yeah, Pink Floyd were avant-garde anyway. So
Ah, yes. The thing about Pink Floyd is it still sounds a bit contemporary to me. You listen to the stuff from the 70s,
indeed.
and yeah, it's
They
it's
are still alive, are they?
yes, most
Oh
of them.
yes.
Well, some of them, yes. Sadly, dropping one by one. Oh, and on
Yeah.
that actually, they've got a new album coming out, or a rehashed old album coming out.
Okay.
Yes, I
Remix,
forgot. Go on.
remix the techno bits as well. For me,
Yes.
that's just good measure.
It's Dr. Dre.
Oh, yeah.
Dr. Dre remixes Pink Floyd.
Yeah. Featuring David Gilmour. Oh, wow.
Oh, God.
But yes, it's a bunch of outtakes, I do believe, from the old Division Bell sessions in '94.
Yes, I sampled 5 seconds of guitar solo.
And called it Pink Floyd. And you had to give them 100% of the profits for it. Ow! So yes, Costado, what does retro mean to you?
Yeah, that's a good question. The thing is, I never stopped gaming after I got my first system, so what is retro and what isn't is a bit vague, but for me, when you say retro, I think it's pre-2000 stuff, really anything. And well, it's fake because it's the PlayStation 2 retro.
It's on the cusp, isn't it?
It's on the cusp, yes. And some games on the PlayStation 2 you could consider retro. Others, and I don't mean the remakes, but some style of games, some type of games. But well, it's pretty vague, really, and I don't consider myself someone who can make that distinction in a really really well put manner.
Well, okay then. What was your? Sorry, go on.
I think for me personally, I keep it to the things I played before I got a job. So that would be the Spectrum, the Atari ST, early PC stuff, the Atari Lynx, Game Boy, the things I had as a child, and that's the retro thing for me. And there's all the other stuff I do have and I do really like, but that's not a personal thing. I got to learn about it later on. So maybe the Vectrex is the epitome of retro for me, because that's a one-off thing. There's no continuous development after Vectrex.
Yes.
So it's one thing that was that was at its prime for about a year, and then it went away, and there is never going to be anything like it again.
Yeah, it was a bit sad, really, that it was at the end of its own evolutionary chain. It was like the dinosaurs; it just ended there. Imagine if the dinosaurs had lived another 1,000,000 years. Well, imagine if the Vectrex had become the dominant technology. Now, sadly, I do believe. Sorry, we're going back to the Vectrex for the 300th time, but there were some problems that it caused people's vision. Apparently, if you play on it for too long, then you start going all cross-eyed and weird. Ugh.
Well, the display, it depends a little bit on the game, but the display can flicker really a lot. There is a limited amount of vector the system can draw, so that's a unit of length in total.
And it calls itself the Vectrex, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's a pretty good machine, though. I mean, I wish I had it. I mean, it's a Vectrex, an awesome machine, though.
It's an awesome machine, yeah.
It is. You can just withstand the headaches anyway.
Well, when I started collecting gaming hardware, the first thing I said was, well, what what can I get
Okay.
where I don't get the experience on an emulator, because that's easy start
No, yeah,
for
indeed.
collecting. So the Vectrex is one of the few items that fall into that category, because really most emulators give a pretty decent, although not perfect, impression of how it was to play a game. I think. Yeah, go on.
I was going to ask, do you think some of the fascination from the Vectrex comes from its unusual shape, the fact that it's a sort of vertical oblong, the screen?
Yes, I think that's the portrait format of the screen is something that really resonates with people who went to the arcades in the 80s, because a lot of classic games have that same aspect ratio. And there is something about portrait games which I really do like. So yeah.
Yes,
You know what?
Go on.
It really looks good on his desk, actually. Think about it, it's got a tray just for the controller.
I built it this morning, in fact.
Oh, wow.
Something else on that is.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, cool.
That's awesome.
I wanted to put it on the shelf here. It was in the corner, but I couldn't play comfortably there. Now I have the flash card. I want to use it a little bit more.
Ooh,
And
nice.
it wasn't very comfortable. The system was a little bit too high for my chair, so I think this morning I came up with a plan to put up a shelf here, but the shelf was a little bit too narrow for the joystick to stand on, so it just wanted to fall off. So I made a little shelf.
Wow.
It's my first outing with a circular saw ever. And I still have my fingers. Woohoo!
That's awesome. I wish I could do DIY like that. To be honest, that's a really good job. That is.
When Engelbert does DIY, this is what happens. This picture. Right.
Oh, trust me, I've always had that problem. As it's called, dismantling things. It's easier now. But before, yeah, I would just break stuff.
I'm still like that. I can't repair things. Maybe one day I'll actually take the time to learn how things work, but I'm too impatient.
You might not know this, but YouTube is a treasure trove of woodworking goodness. There are so many great woodworking channels on YouTube. It's really unbelievable.
It's an area I've not explored yet, but I may have to look into it now. Inspired by your own carpentry there.
Well, it's just a piece of wood screwed to another piece of wood.
It's still carpentry. DIY carpentry with Costado. Right, how very rude of me. I do believe we have another entrant to the call. It is Peter from Peter's Gaming Channel. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, how are you? Oh, I don't think he's there. Oh, he's
He's
gone.
gone.
I've scared him away. Oh, I'm
Just
sorry.
walked off.
Oh, no. That was a very apt... Hold on, I'll do that again. Just the dichotomy there of the image and the fail horn.
You know what? You should replace the soundboard with Arnold Schwarzenegger's voices.
Yes.
Yeah.
I did that on one of my own videos.
I know. One of us is in deep trouble.
You. Who is your daddy? Anyway, Arnold might soon be making an appearance on one of the Retro and Limb Lives. He's not here today, unfortunately. I have to write a letter to him so he can come all the way over from Austria.
California.
Austria.
California,
where I'm the governor.
Governor. I will serve the people as I have served the people notice in Terminator 2. How are you? Oh, sorry. This always happens, ladies and gentlemen, as you know.
Is he actually a good politician? I'm not even sure.
I don't know. I don't care about his politics. I only care about his accent.
Legalize marijuana.
He's pretty relaxed about it, I think, then.
Oh dear. Comments, we've had a few. Neo Geo Nut 75 asks, Well, he asks it to me, but I'm going to throw it open to everybody who's in the stream.
Okay.
And he asks, what is your favorite system to play, Mr. Yack? Go on then, I'll answer this first since you addressed this to me. Well, I'm probably going to have to go with the Sega Mega Drive because it's the one that I've played the most over the last 10 years. It's not the first that I got. I had the SNES from that generation. And then a couple of years later, I got, the Mega Drive, and it just so happens to be the same one that I play to this day. The only original console I have from way back then. Although I do have my N64 as well, which is also a lot of fun to play. But I'm also going to go with, the Mega Drive, I think. I've got 66 games for it currently, which shocked me. I don't consider myself a collector, but I just so happen to have hoarded these Mega Drive games.
They creep up on you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, indeed. You know, you find them in the wild, you find them, you just have to get them.
Precisely.
That's
people... Go on.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. No, you go ahead. No, my fault. I was interrupting myself. Don't worry.
I was just about to say that, well, people see that you got a Mega Drive, they say, oh, I saw such and such a thing in a shop, I'll go and buy it for you, for Christmas or your birthday or whatever, and they just mount up. I've got a pile of games that I'm probably going to play on a stream one time that have not even been in my console yet. I don't even know if they work.
Well, usually Mega Drive games keep working. They maybe need a little clean, but...
I got one. It's Castle of Illusion. I bought it off. I don't know if you know Yack. As called what's it called? Play Nation Games. They got a channel.
All right.
Anyway, yeah, I bought it from them. However, the card doesn't work. It's the only game that doesn't work on my Mega Drive collection.
Well,
Echo the Dolphin.
No, what's it called? Castle of Illusion. That's the one.
Oh, Mickey Mouse. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great game. No, Echo sucks.
Come to think of it, I probably concur with that. I can't figure it out, unfortunately. Maybe it's just my brain. It's not 90s enough these days. Even though I do live perpetually in 1994, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, nice. That's a good time.
Yes, it's a very good year to live in.
Yeah.
Before the days of DLC. Let's just take a moment to reminisce with the harp. Well, that's not a harp, but unfortunately it's the closest I could get.
I always think about
Google
money,
Hangouts.
so I'm not sure what about you.
When I think of 1994, I think... Peter's Gaming, hello, are you there? No, there's something up with his audio setup. Oh, is it?
Oh, yes, he's there.
Excellent. Thank you for joining us on Yack versus the World tonight. Hello.
How you all doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Well, thank you.
I'm fine.
Doing reasonably fine.
Yes, glad to be talking with you this evening. This is the first time I believe we've spoken. What just so happens to be your YouTube channel? Are you still? Oh, he's gone again.
Oh no!
I think he passed out.
Oh no!
Starstruck.
Nearly.
Yes. Can you hear us? I don't think he can hear us, unfortunately.
Yeah,
well,
it's a bit lucky.
Yep.
Oh, it could be the lag.
Yeah, it is.
I'm just about to look up your channel on YouTube, Mr. Peter's Gaming Channel. What is the name of it?
Are you looking at TV?
I haven't put it for a while.
Sorry?
I haven't put anything on there.
Oh, okay. That's okay then. Oh, well, it's a fantastic avatar that you have there.
Yeah, I think that's the most professional bit of my channel.
It's the only thing on your channel by the sounds of it.
Yeah, pretty much.
What's the URL?
Hold on.
Sorry about the lag tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I think Peter's coming to us live from Antarctica. The most
I'm on a wind-up generator.
It's being wound by a penguin on a bike. Just wait for the response. No, no response then. We'll let him go and do what he has to do. Find his
I'm
URL.
sure it's a little bit out of breath tonight.
Master
Wait,
Warden.
the asthma. Just spray. Can you talk? No, he's gone. No, I think he's
It's
passed
like-
out again.
Evo Haler's brother, then. Hey! No, don't. I don't deserve the drum roll for that. That was terrible. Right, fantastic. Let's check the comments once again, then. Which I've lost once again. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
Actually, I should open the comments as well, actually.
I'm looking at the comments, but I'm not sure they refresh automatically.
Yes, because I do believe we had another question from the floor. It is... no, it's not a question. It's Smooth MJ saying, he did indeed used to run CPC Zone. Good memory there, Yack. Well, thank you. Stephen rams it down my head every other day. So I shouldn't forget. Retro on Limb says, dinosaurs playing Vectrex, or is it dinosaurs the game on Vectrex? Or is it Colour a Dinosaur on Vectrex?
I'm not sure there's a dinosaurs game on Vectrex.
Oh, there should be. There's a dinosaur game for every other blasted system out there.
Yeah, but I think they use up too many vectors. They're so big.
Spectrosaurus.
Yeah, it's a slowdowns, you know.
Yeah, yes.
There's no.
Here's a tip, ladies and gentlemen. If you're presenting one of these Google Plus Hangouts, if you can't think of anything to say, just
use soundboard.
Soundboard, yeah, just.
Oh yeah. That's it.
That's pretty awesome.
I think I broke it. Well, actually. Well, who needs a soundboard when I have a guitar? Would you like to hear a song?
Freebird.
What guitar do you have? First.
This is a cheapo Tesco guitar.
Tesco?
No, it's not. It's from Argos. It's the next best thing. It's from Argos, which is a catalogue store here in the UK. I don't believe these are in production anymore. They've taken on some other cheap Japanese or Chinese company. But these are Encore guitars.
Okay.
Now, I do believe something very similar to Encore, or the successor, was bought actually by Fender, and they produced the Squire Strats for £100 and something here in the UK, which are very good for the price, I think. Well, anyway, this is my Encore acoustic from about 2004.
Well, you tuned it, so.
Can you play Wish You Were Here, though?
Of course I can. Everybody can play that. We'll get a copyright strike for this. How far do you want me to go?
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
There you go.
I'm having my virtual lighter in the air.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
I was gonna sing it, but you interrupted it.
That's okay. Oh, you were going to sing it. I thought you wanted me to stop in 3 seconds. No, it's
Want me
best.
to stop?
No.
It's-
I was gonna be a scandal. You can take down YouTube, and then my channel's gonna get closed.
Oh, it's probably best that you don't sing anyway, because there's a
Oh yeah, indeed.
hangout, so it would have been 2 seconds behind.
Oh yeah. Oh gosh.
So it would have been like a bad Pink Floyd tribute act.
You play in a band then?
Oh, heck no.
Oh, heck no. Oh.
I never have. I don't know. If anybody wants me to join the band, I'm available. £150 a night.
But you must be
can
drunk
only-
enough.
Yeah, I can only play that one song, that one riff over and over again.
I used to play in a band, but it's a whole lot of hassle. Yeah.
A whole lot of hassle. That sounds like David
that's also
Hasselhoff's
as well.
Yeah.
tribute band.
Don't hassle the half.
Yes. Right, Peter's gaming channel. Sorry, Peter, do you have your URL to hand?
Hold on.
We'll give him just some time to get it. Although we already did. Hold on, I'll just get my packet of crisps.
I'm talking to my internet detectives and all that. So we make a URL for him.
It's not hard to search for Peter's game.
Yes,
If you write the player Pete, it should come up.
channel.
I'm not sure.
Player Pete. Emotional. Sorry.
I can't find it.
I shouldn't be eating on the stream. Sorry, I just needed some sustenance there. Emotional guitar player, Pete Lisperance, Harim Skirm. Sorry. Harim Skirm. What's the difference between a harem and a harem? I don't know.
If Harim has a harem, he may be a very lucky guy or a very tired guy.
I know what's the difference. It's spelled differently. There you
Yes,
go.
very well spotted.
Indeed. There you go. Thank you.
We've gone down to 6 viewers since I started playing the guitar,
Oh,
unfortunately.
Christ.
Yeah.
Please stay with us.
But I'm
No,
gonna...
no. I joined.
No, of course not. Of course not. It jumped up to 20 when you joined. It's because of my guitar
Yeah.
playing.
Oh, yeah. No.
May I take this opportunity to remind everybody that you can join this stream tonight. It is Yack versus the world, which means you can come and challenge me to a fight at Madison Square Gardens, or whatever you feel like. The link is down there in the comments, bit.do/YackVWorld01. There you go. Type that into your browser.
I'm going to be in Manchester, the Play Expo.
I am indeed. I was
Okay.
hoping to do some sort of workshop there, but it's probably not going to happen now because
Well,
it's too
we
close to it.
We should shake hands then, I think.
Unless we can get Andy Brown, who's the organizer, down here tonight to speak to us on this live stream. Andy, if you're watching, please come on and we can discuss my idea for a workshop. Costado, did you say you're coming down to Manchester or coming up to Manchester?
Of course, it will be
cool.
my third time in Manchester, and I went to Blackpool for the first time this spring, this spring. Well, in April or May, whatever it was.
Do you like the pier?
No, I hate Blackpool. Well, if you like dilapidated places, and well, there are some great photo opportunities, I think, but
Oh yeah. But it's so cloudy.
well, it's all bit past its prime, I think.
Oh yeah,
But-
pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
it's-
It was a great event. I really enjoyed myself.
Yeah, Blackpool is a relic of the 70s, but I guess that's why I like it, because I perpetually live in the past, so...
Oh,
70s.
sorry, you live in Blackpool.
Oh, no, sorry. I live in Wigan, which is it's about 30, maybe 40 miles from Blackpool. I'm not sure. You can get there on the train in about 40 minutes. So, but I am going to be at the Play Expo in Manchester very, very soon indeed. That's on the 12th and 13th, I believe.
Yeah.
No, 11th. The 11th.
Well,
11th and 12th
something like that.
of October. That's actually not that far away. It's less than 4 weeks now. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
I need to get my tickets. I'll do it right now.
You know, do you get Pre-Expo actually? I've never been there, but do you get many resellers or anything like that by any chance?
Resellers.
Yeah.
Last time there weren't. There were a few, but compared to, and this is my experience, compared to the retro events in the Netherlands, which are pretty much solely resellers.
Oh god.
It's not that bad at all.
Okay, so it's basically the one in Netherlands is basically hell. That's what it is.
Well, it's not hell, but it's also not very exciting.
No, indeed. Oh gosh. Actually, talking about sales and everything. How's the flea markets over there?
The flea markets.
Yeah.
Well, they are great if you're not looking for retro gaming stuff.
Okay.
There. So if you like bric-a-bracs and porcelain
Okay.
dogs and little pictures of little gypsy boys with a tear falling down their cheeks, yes, it's a very nice place to shop. But
You've really sold it to me there, Costello.
Okay. That's
getting on a plane.
No, that's why I get on a plane to join events such as Replay in the UK, because we don't have anything of that scale over here.
Well, at least you still have teletext.
Oh,
There
God.
is that.
Yes, we do have teletext, yes.
I'm jealous.
Is it still going on in UK teletext actually? I haven't.
No,
I converted them.
Oh, unfortunately, it ended in 2012. We've got the weird
Oh, is it?
interactive television thing.
Oh
But
yeah.
I should mention this because on Tuesday, 23rd of September, this is a really geeky fact, but it will be the 40th anniversary of teletext in the whole world.
Wow.
The first teletext broadcasts were made on the 23rd of September, 1974. Another 70s technology.
Ooh. Those were pretty cool though. Teletext.
Happy
You know,
birthday.
look at football news and everything.
Yes, I used to use it right up until it died, and in fact I still use the new version of teletext, which isn't anywhere near as good, to check the kickoff times, to make sure that I'm not going to be late to a game.
I will, to commemorate this fact, I will post the Dutch teletext page in the chat.
Hey!
I gotta do a cheers just because of that. There you go, cheers. It's
Yeah,
empty.
cheers.
Let's see.
You can hear me hitting my glass there, but it's actually made of plastic.
There you go. Actually, mug, glass. There
There we go.
for you guys. Not even. You don't need a sample for that.
Should I get a teletext picture up just for this? I think we should. I've got a ton of teletext pictures.
Whoa! Just had to kill the sound of the of the stream there.
Yeah, we need
Going
the
inside.
teletext music, don't we? The pages from CFAX music running in the background. I wonder if this will work. This is a CFAX Harry Yack. Oh, he's been cut off, but you can see most of him.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
there he is.
that's the weird graphics mode in teletext. I actually have a. The thing is, Dutch television manufacturer Philips always made a big deal of providing different teletext functionality.
Mhm.
And I have a television here which can search like a random text search in teletext. It just loads the pages one after another, so you can search for random strings in the whole teletext system.
I think
It's
I
pretty
think
crazy.
I've seen that. Have you seen the teletext music generator, which people are fairly sure is a hoax, but I'm reliably informed by the creator that it is not.
So it exists. I never heard of such a thing before, actually.
That's because it's probably a hoax. Oh no, he's going to kill me for
yeah.
saying that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The name of the guy is Anders Carlson. He programmed it. Programmed it in inverted commas. Oh, and there's teletext spot the ball, by the way. Where's the ball? Where's it?
It's on the X, I think, somewhere.
Look at where one of those red X's is. Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Did you know there is a high-resolution version of teletext available?
Yeah, but it's rubbish.
Yeah, it's rubbish.
It's filtered.
No. It's the high-resolution images come minutes after the page is loaded. It's pretty crazy.
Oh gosh. That's painful.
Yes. It's archaic. The Dutch teletext system also was planned for extinction, I think, a few years ago, but people complained, and so
Wow.
there's still a small but dedicated following of teletext users.
Ah, well, the people have spoken.
Yes,
Strikes me
sometimes
that-
it works.
It strikes me that we should do the same here in the UK, but it probably won't work.
Oh, I bet they're gonna join now this hangout now to talk about teletext. So you might as well change Harry Yack versus teletext.
Yes. Ah, yes. Well, happy birthday, Teletext, for
Yes,
Tuesday.
happy birthday.
It may be gone in the UK, but we remember you. I guarantee you no other streams will be talking about Teletext's 40th anniversary, so you heard it here first, guys. Oh, actually, here's another piece of Teletext art. The Desert Island Games logo, which is not loaded. Oh.
Oh,
You know what? Teletext graphics, they look like ColecoVision.
Yes, it's the same sort of era, isn't it?
Yeah.
1974, early 70s was the tech, and then it was developed through the 80s, and yeah, so that's basically the evolution of teletext.
The problem
Indeed.
with the teletext graphics is the pixels aren't exactly square, which makes for some weird.
Well, this depends
weird
on the
effects.
way. It depends on the way that it's converted by the television or the teletext decoder, as it were.
Oh right.
Oh, yeah, indeed. So if you had like a run television, probably that's what we might have had probably back in the day.
If
There's
you,
rise from your grave. Rise from your grave.
I could have been a spit on your grave, but yeah,
Hmm.
it'd be nastier.
That would have been an interesting ROM hack of that game.
I think maybe the CFX did too much of the funny stuff on teletext, and not enough news and information, perhaps.
Really?
Yes, Another bag is on.
It was the other way in the UK. It was all news and stuff, and not enough cool stuff like fun and games. Although, speaking of fun and games, we have the king of fun and games. It's Mr. Chris Weatherly, aka Novabug, who can't hear me right now because he's not got his headphones on, so we can say what we like about him.
I can hear you, actually.
Oh, crap.
Fooled you, didn't I?
Hey, how are you this evening?
I'm good. How is everyone?
Yeah, fine.
Yes.
Oh, Engelbert, hello.
Yellow.
First time. Who's it? And Costado, first time as well.
Yes, first time. Yeah.
How you doing, sirs?
Well, you made me buy an Amstrad, so
Me?
that's yes.
Everyone
Well-
blames me.
This Amstrad's rubbish. Take it back. That's how you get all your Amstrads, isn't it, Chris? People send them to you because they don't work.
€100 shipping though.
I only need one.
They're like anything. They need looking after. Put it this way: my first PS2 broke in 5 years, and my CPC never broke up until the point I sold it. So there you go.
Ah, yes.
But you were talking about Schneider earlier, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's Schneider.
It would be no surprise for you all to know that the Schneider machines were actually better built.
Yeah.
Yeah.
German.
It was to do with German regulations.
Yeah.
So, fun. That's not in there. So boring as they looked, because the 464 didn't have the coloured keys, so it looked very boring. It was all greys and.
Yeah,
white.
I have the 6128 with the disk drive. But this
Yeah,
only
again.
has grey keys as well. But it's the Amstrad, not the Schneider one.
No, but the Amstrad, the UK one for 6128 had that anyway. It adopted that grey colour scheme for
Yeah.
the keyboards. It was the coloured keyboards on the 464. It had.
I think it's a pity because I really do like color accents on classic systems. The Plus 3 is besides my Amstrad here, and the 128K with the Spectrum logo on the floppy drive looks just a little bit cooler than that. piece of
Spectrum logo, but it is the same. It's an Amstrad.
Yes. Yeah, it's an Amstrad. I know, but they are. Yeah, you can see they come from the same stable.
Yeah, the whole architecture changed after the original ZX 128. The entire architecture has changed, and it's just almost like a mirror of the 464 with this, obviously with the Specky tech.
Yeah, that's why I have the Plus 3 in my setup and not the Toast Track or the older systems, because they're too fragile to really reliably use at the moment.
Yeah. Well, the Schneider had a metal shielding inside to make it stronger, and it also had it had different connectors at the back. The CPC, the UK one, had hard connectors coming straight from the PCB. But the Schneider didn't have that. It had micro ribbon connectors.
All right. Was there also an attachment for a handle on the side?
There might have been.
To use it as a cricket bat, then.
Yeah.
against zombies in the impending apocalypse.
Actually, talking about 80s, it's got Die Hard in the background. Another bug.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
just on. How can you see the TV from there?
Yeah, it's a pretty,
Yeah.
Oh,
it's a pretty big
it's quite
TV.
obvious. You know. It's big with TV, yeah, indeed.
Yeah, I think everyone going by everyone. I think everyone can map my entire front room now. If they take every video that I've ever done, they can map it and make it like a 3D model in bloody Minecraft or something.
No, Counter
So you
Strike.
don't see what's behind the camera, so that's your room could go on for yards and yards perhaps, or there may be a wall there. I don't know.
Yeah.
We also know your garden anyway from Yack's Bucket Challenge, so.
Oh yeah,
There
that's
you go, we all
that. Yeah,
sorted.
through the curtains. Yeah. When I do the waffles, the camera goes here, and it points this way. It's everything, and I've got all the consoles upstairs. Well, most of them anyway. Down here, I've got a Wii U and a broken PS3 fucking thing.
Chris, on that point actually about camera angles, it's funny how when you do change the camera angle slightly just to point the other way, it feels as if you're in a completely different room. When you're watching it,
Yeah, I suppose so. Because you never see all that lot down there. And that looks like it's a lot of space, but it's not. It's tiny, this place.
It actually does look big. That's the Dutch angles.
It is. It's all a trick of the mind.
Yeah,
Indeed, it is.
it's an awesome mansion, really.
excellent. A critique of Chris's living room. Never would have thought it.
I like
Is
the
that your
decor
living
as
room?
well. It's very, very homely.
Yes, well, this is all
Home-like,
the kids,
more
all
like.
the kid stuff on the kid stuff on the
Oh
cupboard.
God, what happened to the door? It's covered in stickers.
Bullet
Yes.
holes.
It's covered in.
The Terminator's coming for you. Stick around.
This is my corner. This is the only part of this entire room is this corner here.
And what's that brown piece? Is there a piece of poop stick to the wall, to the door there? What's that?
Where?
That brown thing.
Everywhere.
Looks like a saxophone, actually.
No, it's a dragon.
Oh, it's a dragon.
It's a dragon.
Okay.
Hmm.
Poop dragon.
What's that buzzing noise?
Yeah,
Someone's
what's the
getting
buzzing
feedback
noise? Yeah.
currently. Is it me? Hold on.
Someone's farting.
It was Chris's e-cig, or is that a proper cig?
No, it's gone. It's not.
Oh,
It's
okay.
dropped it now.
Oh no! The floor's on fire now, the carpet.
No.
No, the building is on fire! Another animal.
It's one of those stickers catching
points.
catching fire.
10 retro mastermindless points to the person who guesses which film that was from. Don't you know the building is on fire?
Kindergarten Cop.
Yes, he's got it in one. Fantastic. Well done.
I didn't think about that.
You go through to the semi-finals automatically.
No, I've never actually seen Kindergarten Cop.
He's lined up for Series 2.
What, Arnold?
Engelbert and Castano.
I'm not very good at quizzes.
Chris, how is Retro Mindless coming along? Is there going to be a semi-finals?
Yeah, there's going to be. There was supposed to be a recording last night that didn't transpire.
Ah, what happened?
The guests. That's what happened. They didn't turn up.
They're your guests, so you put them in the
So
video.
I can't host it with no guests. No. There was an oversight, and it's going to be recorded. Episode 7 will be coming to you next week.
An overforesight. Hey, nice to see you. Nice.
Anyway, there's going to be up to 8 episodes. After eight episodes, there's going to be 3 special episodes where we decide who the champion will be.
Ah, cool. Well, I'm looking forward to that. Actually, hold on a minute. I might be in it, so I'll look forward to it even more. And I know what my specialist subject is now, automatically.
The fact
Well, I might change the format for the semis.
Oh!
That's
count
fine.
me,
That's
Jack.
fine. That's okay.
Yeah, the current standings, if you're interested.
I mean,
Evo Haler is bottom with 7 points.
oh.
Shock 16 is then next with 11 points. Then
Chris, you've got to read it like Tim Gudgeon.
I can't do that. Woodland 37, 13 points. Infected Flinch at 14 points, joined with the 90s video game dude. Then 2 more on 16 points. The console snob and JL76 Gaming.
You sound more like John McCreary.
I'm just don't know what I'm doing.
Yes, coming over the third fence now.
Then 3 places are joint in 17 points. That will be Lactobacillus Prime, Dan Central, and our host this evening, Harry Yack.
Yuri Yack is my long
Yack.
lost brother.
That's your cousin. Second place is Monkey Spaz 5000, who's still reeling from yesterday's tragic results. And top place is Chris Shank with 22 points. There you go.
Boo to Chris. Boo.
You got to get 17 points at least to get.
I was wondering about the questions of the specialty subjects. Do you make them yourself, or do you have a team of
all the questions?
monkeys?
All the questions are written by me.
Wow.
By him, or his... Hold on. They were all written by him, or his special book that he has that he steals all the questions from.
Well,
I do have several books which I do steal and modify questions from.
you do have to fact check, so yeah.
Yeah, I've got a lot of it's quite educational because you read a lot of stuff that you never knew before. So when someone says to me, "Oh, my specialist subject is the Amiga," I read all about research the Amiga, and then, oh, I didn't know that. That's interesting, and then it sticks in there, hopefully, and then one day it'll come out at some point.
Yeah, when you're walking down the street and someone points a gun at you and says, "How many colours in the Amiga colour palette?" And if you don't tell me the right answer first, then you've got another chance, and then another. But if you say pass,
Yeah.
Of course, you know that Amigas all have graphics modes and graphic cards, so there is no real answer, blah blah blah. And Amiga died years ago, but some people can't quite come to terms with it, and oh crap.
and then when it says, "Well, yes, that is true. Many people say blah blah blah," and then you've just run away from him and called the police or something.
There's a
I think
there's a
it's
color
for-
on my Amiga actually. It's yellow.
Yellow. It's a retro bright.
It's brown. Well, yeah, it's kind of yellow.
I've got. Oh my goodness me. I've got about 20 pages here of questions that I've written.
Wow.
That mostly have already been asked. So there's several hundred questions here, and we've had. What specialist subjects have we had? We've had. What was yours, Yack? Oh, it was Games World.
Yes.
That was Games World. We've had the Commodore 64. We've had the Intellivision. We've had the Amstrad. We've had the Amstrad CPC. We've had World of Warcraft, which was our only perfect round. The World of Warcraft was the only perfect round we've had, and that was by Chris.
That was amazing.
Yes,
I saw it.
I watched that episode. He was scarily good. Yeah.
Yeah, that was I couldn't believe he did that. God, Monkey Island. That was JL.
Mhm.
Sonic the Hedgehog was Dan. He did well. He got 14. The funniest one was Shocks with his Sega Saturn. That was an absolutely abysmal. That was funny.
Is
Well,
it just...
I
Go
think it's also a kind of tactic to pick a good specialty subject, because if I would pick console X, then there's so many questions that you can ask about anything doing with consoles or software or hardware or company questions. So where to begin?
The more specific, the better. I find. I find it easier to write that question. I mean, we've had. Well, I'm not going to tell it because it's obviously for the next show. But there's a specialist subject for the next show, which is so vast and broad that I've even had to cut it back myself, and I'm going to surprise the contestant with that.
What was Lacto's specialty subject again?
Lactose was the Commodore 64.
Oh right, yes, he's a big Commodore 64 nut.
Yeah.
I know Lacto from high school, so that's And he was really big into the Commodore 64 even then, so that's there's no surprises there.
And I still kept getting his name wrong.
It's Mark.
No, I know. Very good.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic Dutch humour.
Very good.
Okay. I'm here all week.
We're going to be here all week at this rate.
What's the
And awkward silence. Go on, Chris.
I was just saying, what's the idea behind this then, Harry?
There isn't one.
Oh,
I'm just throwing it out there and seeing what happens. Just chucking my glove at the wall and seeing if it sticks. Seeing if it sticks. Did you used to do that at school?
Is it by any chance a sequel to your Harry Yack special?
Kind of. It's just a special one-off stream that I'm holding because it's not.
I think you got stream bombed there.
Yeah. Say hi. You're live on the internet.
Yeah, that's my brother. There you go. It was my video.
Hey, Engelbert's Pro.
Yeah.
I've seen him in one of your vids.
Yeah, it was in my video. The bastard.
Yeah, that's right. He was, yes.
I don't know.
He's got a knife. He's going to kill you with it.
Yes.
It's like Psycho.
We'll
There you go.
thank Lawn Boy for that.
Oh. Oh, speak of the devil, look.
Hey.
It's Lacto, aka Mark himself. Hello.
Goedenavond, Mark.
Goedenavond.
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 Wie heißt du? Ja.
Ja.
Mark, have you just hot-footed it back from routers then?
Sorry?
You just hot-footed it back from routers?
Well, Wouter came from my place, and I'm actually still transferring files. 11 gigabytes worth of footage. And I seem to be on the chat as well, so I think my internet connection will hold up.
You got a powerful computer as well, though, because
We can play a
doesn't
little
matter.
game.
I can't do anything on my... If I try and render something or transfer something, I've got no connection at all. It just slows down like a Super Nintendo.
Might as well just hook up 3 Amstrad CPCs. They'd have more processing power.
Wow.
More processing power than what?
Half
My
a game.
brain. My brain.
Would I anger anyone by saying the ZX Spectrum is better?
Oh!
Well,
But it isn't. And that is actually factually correct. It isn't.
no, it isn't. But I think the unfortunate thing is that the Amstrad came in 3rd place in the UK. So
Yeah, do you know why?
possibly less budget for developing games. And
Yeah, well, it came out 2 years after the C64 and the Spectrum.
yeah.
That's why.
Our
little
3rd
too
place
late.
was the ZX Spectrum, I think, in the Netherlands, behind the C64 and the MSX.
Yep. Amstrad the Schneider didn't do very well
No.
At all.
at all.
That's because it was
I'm not gonna-
manufactured by Rob Schneider. I'm going to go back to my hole now.
The Amstrad did the best on Europe in we did well in Spain, France, and Italy, and Greece as well.
Yeah, all
Yeah.
countries that are known for great 8-bit games. Oh wait.
Chris, has anybody chosen the subject Amstrad CPC on Retro Master Mindless?
Yeah, Woodland did.
Ah, yes. I knew that. I was just asking you. So we could bring it up.
So I can't ask myself. So
He didn't do very well, though, did he?
no, well he did. I thought he was going to do better. Put it that way. Because on his thing, we're not going to mention his quiz, or not name it at least. He gave me 5 questions on the GX4000, and I was gutted that I got 1 wrong.
Oh.
Erwin, this is a system you still need to get.
I don't have room for it, Mark.
Ooh, nice.
You don't have room?
Well, maybe I can fit it in. Yeah.
Yeah, there's an empty space behind you, by the way, near
There's
the Xbox 360 shelves.
Just get rid of the Vectrex.
No.
Oh, yeah, indeed.
don't. You see my little shelf, Mark, that I built
Yeah,
this morning?
you remodeled again.
Yeah. It was a pretty big deal.
I'm
But
coming
maybe,
over
maybe
tomorrow. Check
C16
it out.
would fit here. I think I go for a +4 because I liked the box better.
The +4.
Yeah, the Commodore +4.
Ah, yeah, it's a smaller system.
Yeah.
Wow, I mean, you really remodeled.
Yes, I really remodeled. I even put the CRT screen back up.
Oh, curious. I'll check it out tomorrow.
Yes. I'm celebrating my birthday party tomorrow.
Oh, congratulations!
But it was my birthday 2 weeks ago, so...
All right.
Yeah, we're always
Do you
late.
feel wiser?
No. It's one step closer to the grave.
Feel wiser, or is he wising from the grave? Hey!
Rising from the grave.
I think it's time for the soundboard again.
Right on cue, there he is. So, Mark and Costado, are you going down to Play Expo together later this year?
Yes.
Yes, we will.
Are you coming down on the plane? Up on the plane? I should
Well, we're coming down on the plane eventually.
I think Aaron is going to sit on top of the plane. I'm gonna.
Sorry to cut you off there, Mark. Sorry. I'm sorry.
No, there's we will be with 4 people on the plane.
Yeah.
Wouter,
Mr. Wouter Boevelander.
Wouter Boevelander, Mark Vergeer, and Erwin Burov, and Elise.
Yeah. At least my wife, she's also coming.
She's also coming. Yes.
Well done.
We're not staying in the hotel near the Trafford Centre this year.
No.
Ah, was it rubbish?
No, it was pretty good, but it was pretty much Trafford Centre all the way. The whole 4 days that we were
lunch at the
we were
Trafford
there.
Centre, playing video games at the Trafford Centre. Actually, you actually built the Trafford Centre in Minecraft afterwards.
Yes, I did.
Did he? Oh,
Yeah.
That's impressive, that is.
we've got to
I
see this.
never finished it.
Oh.
Oh, that's something for. Well, Mark put up some.
Yeah,
some
I
videos of it,
have
I
some
think.
videos of.
You know, guys, what's really impressive in Minecraft? That people do computers now. It just
Yeah.
you can do it now.
Yes.
It's just crazy.
They have
Can't
a
get
lot
my
of time
head
on
around.
their hands, I guess.
How does that work? I can't get my head around that.
Redstone.
It's basically
work.
redstones. You do like in a way, like one and O's, in a way, and that's how it works. Just you do kind of the same logic.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not too big into the redstone things myself. I just like to build buildings. I'm more of the.
I just know the terminology redstone. I have no knowledge of any redstone.
I know
Well, I
what
can
moves.
make an elevator with redstone, but that's.
Oh, you do. You actually made a lot of technical stuff like the transporter hubs and the
Yeah, but that's
elevator and the pistons and.
not really complicated. It's just a lot of work.
Oh, it is. It is. Yeah.
But that's the thing I like about Minecraft, at least the building thing. It's just like of a Zen experience when you build a big wall or a big building. You can
Here's a
zone out
question.
and just place blocks on each other, like
Here's a
Legos.
question. Yes,
Cool.
real video
This is
game
my
Lego.
this is my Minecraft.
Lego.
Oh yeah.
Right on cue. There it is. Here's a question. Has anybody thought to hook up Minecraft to a 3D printer yet? So you can print out your creations?
I think there's a company that sells your avatars in 3D printed and in color.
Cool.
But-
There's a Lego Minecraft actually.
There
they
is,
actually released-
yeah.
there is. It's quite rare actually now.
Lego Minecraft. Oh, cool.
Yeah, there is. Lego I've done like a special edition for Minecraft. It's actually was it about like 60 quid or something like that when it was released, or probably even less.
It's made by Lego. Yeah, it'll be extortionate.
Oh yeah, gosh.
Imagine how much money Notch got out of that, though. That dude.
Yeah.
Multi-millionaire now. Billionaire,
Well,
probably.
billionaire, yes.
Mm.
Well,
Who can say no to that amount of money?
to be fair, he said his price was $2 billion, and he
Guys,
got
he has to-
a little bit more than that. So yeah.
Well, he has to
Can't fault the guy.
maintain his Fedora collection,
There you go, you got one. Excuse me. Ah, yes. I haven't got into Minecraft yet because I think it's one of those games that might suck my life away. And also I can't be bothered paying them money for it. I can't even be bothered paying for a 99 pence Mega Drive game these days. So.
I think I got it for less when it was in
Alpha.
It was cheaper. It
Yeah.
steadily became a little bit more expensive by its release, I think. But yeah, Minecraft. If you like Lego, then you like Minecraft.
Actually, Minecraft was the game that actually made us come to replay the first time.
Yeah, I wasn't there.
No, you wasn't, but you weren't, but I was.
Well, the first one in Blackpool, you mean?
It was actually it was not the first replay, but it was the second, I believe.
I think I was at that one, but I don't remember the Minecraft being there.
No, there wasn't. No, there wasn't Minecraft, but we were playing Minecraft with some Brits, and actually they persuaded us to come over. So that's the Minecraft link.
It's pretty big now, though, the Play Expo from its humble beginnings. I heard somebody saying in the queue at the last but one Play Expo, in a northern accent, "Here, this has come a long way since its early days when it were in that Porky Hotel." And now it's moved back into the Porky Hotel.
I like it.
It's in that great pink hotel again.
Pink. It's a castle. It's a real castle.
Oh,
it's a real castle. Yeah, sure.
Is it Peach's castle?
I thought it was actually by the color.
It was pretty terrible.
Yeah.
I made some pictures, and you would think you were in The Shining. It's terrible.
Yes, Costado does not like Blackpool.
It's cool. I loved it.
Well, I don't hate Blackpool, but I like it because of the wrong reasons.
You didn't stay in the hotel that Elise and I stayed in there.
No.
We had some sort of Basil-like person that was, it was great. It was almost like staying at Fawlty Towers.
Don't mention the war.
Don't mention the war. They did.
I said it once, but I think I got away with it.
Yeah. Our main weapon is. Oh no, that's another stretch.
Something entirely different.
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition. Our main weapons are fears.
Fear surprise.
I was just going to say, if Norbrecht Castle is looking kind of yellowed these days, they should use some retro bright on it.
Ah, ka-ching!
I do have the supplies for Retro Bright in my home at the moment.
Well, yeah, you bought a couple of gallons of that, what is it, peroxide?
Yes, hydrogen peroxide.
Cool.
It's actually pretty cheap. And I got me a black light from a colleague. I
actually wonder, is the NHS or whatever, no, not the NHS, but the, aren't these criminal investigation people not going to home in on you for
no, I don't
getting those amounts of...
I don't think so. This is pretty light stuff. It's only 10%.
Oh, 10%.
It burns the skin of your hands, but that's about it.
Doc, you don't just walk into a store and buy hydrogen peroxide.
If you order it online, it could...
Yeah, I ordered it online. It's... I can get a bottle up here. Wait a minute.
Oh, I'd be careful with that Costado. It's a lot more strong than it was in the 80s.
Oh yeah.
Is it a gross by the way?
I'm more worried when he gets the vanish out. That stuff's lethal. That's the catalyst. Without that, it's nothing.
Well, I was getting confused with the guy from Silly Bank now.
From what, sorry?
From Silly Bank. How's he called, the guy? Very young.
Yeah, that's a crazy, creepy dude with the bald head.
Oh, yeah. Hi, I'm Barry Young.
Oh!
Barry Scott!
Oh, Barry Scott, that's the one.
Oh, he's got the
bang,
peroxide.
bang, and the dirty's gone. Well, not on a Super Nintendo and an Amiga, it ain't.
There you go.
Earth is gone.
Bang.
This is what you get when you buy it from a wholesale.
Oh, cool!
Wow.
You get a
It's-
free.
It looks like a present.
You get a free straw to drink out of it, and a condom, and a free condom.
Black pudding, it looked like.
His spare organs.
Actually, there's a new law in the Netherlands that you can't sell this stuff of a higher concentration to customers, to regular customers anymore.
You can nick it from a hairdresser's.
This is food grade, by the way, so you can drink it if you want to.
Wouldn't recommend it.
I'm not sure why you want to, but
Come on,
Morse
Spot.
code incoming currently. Oh, that was weird. Right, I'll take this opportunity to remind everybody that this is Harry Yack versus the world. This means you can join the stream. The link is down there in the comments. bit.do/YackVSWorld01. I don't know why I keep saying that, because it's down there. It's easier just to click the link. Please do join us. In fact, on that point, we have a comment from King Arthur. He says, I have no idea who anybody is in this stream except for Novabug, but it makes a refreshing change to watch a Retro and Limb live stream where you guys actually talk about games.
yes. Well,
Hope you will post links to everybody's channel so everybody can check them out. I will
think
do
that's
that.
a valid piece of criticism you had there.
Yes.
There you go. We can,
Fair
King
enough.
Arthur.
Well, unfortunately, you'll be sad to hear that the key stream bomber may be coming in a little bit later on, and that's Dave. But I keep building him up, and he's not going to be here, is he? But yes, you can join. Yes, you. Peter Dickinson says, I'm having really bad problems for some reason. But that has given us a link to his channel, which we finally found. Ah, yes. Excellent. I'll subscribe to you. Better luck next time. Unfortunately, he was joining us live from the Antarctic, so the connection was terrible. I'm sorry to interrupt everybody's conversation
The
there.
ice was breaking up just like his stream.
Yeah.
Hey.
Right, that's enough of that. I'm sorry, I've broken up the conversation as well.
Ah.
We're talking happily about games, which does make a change. Oh, speaking of which, I've got a plug for tomorrow, everybody. Tune in tomorrow night, I'm not sure what time, to this very same channel, and we're going to be doing the second edition of the reboot of the Retro and Limb podcast. Retro and Limb Radio 2 with myself, Console Snob, and a special guest. So please do tune in tomorrow evening sometime, probably after 7:30, 8. Thank you. Continue speaking about games.
Unfortunately, I won't be there. And I think Mark won't be either.
Well, that's okay, because that's the beauty of this show being on the Retro and Limb network. You can download it and listen to it at any time you like from blogtalkradio.com/RU-network.
Well, we could start. We could listen to it, Aaron, on your birthday.
Well, that's fortunate, because it's going to be 24 hours long. Just long enough for you to spend your whole birthday party listening to it.
Okay, I have to stock up on beverages then, I think.
Yes.
Okay, guys, what games are you playing these days?
What games? I was just playing Vecky Bird on stream.
I'm playing a shooter.
Yep, Vecky Bird. And I played this morning.
Oh, you're probably going.
He's off again.
Oh, you got tangled. He's given up.
You see this lovely pink all-in-one.
Ah,
Ooh.
What is it?
What's
It's
that
a QWTV64PK TV game.
it's very pink. It doesn't
TV
even show how
plug and
pink it is.
It's plug and play.
Ah,
yes.
it's a plug and play.
What's your favourite games on that then?
None. They're all pretty terrible.
It's masochistic.
I'll be disappointed if there's no Miley Cyrus game.
This thing was €4, so about £2.50. So what did you expect for
Exactly.
that much money?
I doubt very much it'd have 64 games on it then for that price. It's
Well,
probably
it does have 64 games, but well, it depends what you.
That's cheaper than a board
game.
game compendium.
Yeah. It's cheaper than just about anything. It's also really awful. I tried to do a stream of this thing, but unfortunately the video output is a bit weird, so I can't capture it. Damn it.
Oh, you can emulate it. I'm sure somebody will have posted the emulator by now.
What is the internet?
Go on, do it.
I do not want to do that.
Don't
inflict it on the rest of us.
But it was $4.95 well spent, I think.
Yes.
It's pink, so.
Very pink.
That doesn't show up on the camera, unfortunately.
Yes, it's a very light kind of maybe.
It's color blind, guys.
Yeah.
It's got a slight fleshy tone to it.
Yes, it's
flashy.
So you're supposed to maybe.
What's that you playing, Mark? 1947?
No.
Can't try to work out what it is. It's a vertical scrolling shooter.
Yeah, it's one
Raiden,
of the
I think.
Dodonpachi ones.
Oh, Dodonpachi. Oh, that's
I was about to say Garuga, but it's not.
Oh, right. I thought it was the HD remake of Super Tank Simulator on the Amstrad CPC.
Oh,
no. Mark doesn't have an Amstrad CPC, I think.
I don't have an Amstrad CPC.
Or a Snyder.
I don't.
I'm yet to touch him now.
But I can touch mine.
Ooh.
I'll check out yours.
I'm doing it right now.
Quick, take the camera away from him.
Yes, make a switch like solo, please.
It must be some sort of virus. Some sort of virus. I'm spreading the Amstrad virus.
Yes, there's also a little dongle. I can touch that as well.
Don't touch your dongle.
Don't touch that dongle. Ah, smooth right on cue. We were talking about the Amstrad CPC. Oh, Amstrad. He says, time to play the GX4000 drinking game.
Turn the piss off.
I don't know what that is. He also says the CPC GB had edge connectors to be specific. I don't know what that means. Chris, can you enlighten us?
Yeah. Well, the same what I said about they were the edge connectors straight onto the PCB. Yeah, that's basically. Yeah. I just didn't say that word, but
it's like the Spectrum. It's a crap system because there's no buffering at all and it's directly connected to the motherboard, or it's the motherboard. Yeah. Yes.
That's right. Yeah.
It's pretty terrible.
Oh, Chris admitted it was terrible.
No, I didn't say it was terrible.
No, that was terrible.
I said that's right.
No, right.
The motherboard.
Oh, okay. I'll let you off. There. That was very, very close to you being kicked from the Amstrad CPC fan club.
Well.
Actually, for the Amstrad CPC, I remember this game where you're a ghost. I was 3 years old. But
Bubble Ghost.
Yeah, I basically played as a ghost. That's all I remember.
Oh,
bloody hell.
Is it like
Pac-Man?
Yeah, I was just going to say the opposite of Pac-Man.
Yeah.
Where you eat Pac-Man as a ghost.
That's about it, really. You are like kind of like not a maze, but some kind of a castle or something.
Oh, I know what it is. It's Sultan's Maze, isn't it?
Sultan's Maze.
Yes, that wireframe ghost, the single pixel line one that absolutely terrifies everybody for some reason. Every time I speak to Guru Larry about Sultan's Maze, he says, that game scared the ever-loving heck out of me, that ghost. It is scary when it just comes around the corner, though. And the noise it makes, boop, boop, the ghost is around the corner. I wonder if ghosts make that noise in real life.
Gotta love Amsoft.
Well, ghosts don't make sounds in real life because they're dead. That's why they're ghosts. Thank you.
Well, have they been seen in real life then?
They've done scientific tests on this, by the way, actually. That's how he knows.
I'm going to go ahead with my project. I'm definitely going to go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to learn about circuit logic and everything else, and I'm going to get the Specky and the Amstrad and the C64 mixed into one, and that will be the ultimate home 8-bit unit.
But it would
No, that's terrible.
It would blow up on you probably as soon as you turn it on.
There are people who build those Frankenstein machines, but that's terrible. They destroy perfectly working systems. Yes. Why would you destroy a perfectly working computer just to put it in a case with something else?
Well, it wouldn't upset me destroying a Specky in a C64, but you take the hardwire sprites and the software scrolling and the sound from the C64. You take the color palette, you take the graphic ability, and you take a unit design from the Amstrad. You take the programmability and the gameplay smoothness from the Spectrum, and there you go, job done.
Yeah.
Or just get an emulator.
Aren't you talking to me now?
Yeah. It's. I think it's. Amstrad is a nice system to love. I think. Yeah.
What do you mean? It's good for cuddling up against in bed?
Yeah.
It's very comfortable pillow.
It's pretty long, so you can probably use it as a hug pillow or something.
The Amstrad hug pillow.
Probably exists in Japan.
Also, you can land very small planes on it.
It's like a runway.
Yeah.
Very small plane.
Well, it's. I thought my Spectrum was long, but the Amstrad is a little bit longer still. So.
Mega PC. There you go. And that's an Amstrad unit. You want to talk about flops? The Mega PC.
Oh, it's a cool idea, though, isn't it? A PC with a built-in
Mega
Drive.
Talking about collectability, those are very collectible at the moment.
Oh yeah, Mega PC actually is a very good idea. I mean, think about it. It's a Windows machine, no, Windows DOS machine, isn't
DOS
it?
machine, yes.
That's the best of both worlds. Think about it. DOS, a Mega Drive. I would go
It was
crazy.
ridiculously expensive, though.
Oh yeah, indeed it was.
That's why it never sold. It was ridiculously expensive. But it was amazing that Sega and Amstrad had gone together like that. That's the shocking thing.
Yeah.
There's also a Japanese version of it, I think. I'm not sure what its name is, but is it the Sega PC or the Mega PC?
Possibly.
I thought it was an April Fool's
be,
joke
yeah.
back in the day.
Really?
Yeah, I thought this could not be real, but it was.
Looking at it, it does look like it might be a hoax, but it clearly works because I've played it at Play Expo, and you can put your Sonic in and play it, and then boot up DOS.
And there's also a 3DO made by Creative Labs on a plug-in card for PCs.
Yeah, they have 3DO Blaster.
3DO system.
Yeah.
Go on, Mark, you go first. Oh, sorry, you just talked over each other and I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't have anything to say, anything remotely interesting, so I'm just...
I think we just about all together said 3DO Blaster. Eventually.
Yeah.
Is that awesome?
I was thinking, is that something similar to the stuff that LGR was showing, the Saturn?
No, the Saturn card is only is kind of a regular 3D accelerator, but with a little add-on board to plug in the Sega Saturn type controller.
So there were real PC games and not Saturn games. Okay.
£1,000.
Go on.
The Amstrad Mega PC was £1,000 at retail.
Wow.
Well, how much would it retail for now, as in second hand on eBay?
I don't know. 1993 that was though. £1,000, Jesus.
Do you guys know about that phone and computer thing that Amstrad released years later that played Spectrum games?
No
The Emailer Plus. Was that it?
I'm not sure what it's called. I remember seeing pictures of it and then it completely disappeared. Probably because it's a bad idea, but...
You can phone somebody while playing your Amstrad CPC, but every time somebody calls on the phone, the actual screen just cuts out.
I'll do one thing at a time.
Yeah.
Stardo, it was the emailer, Amstrad Emailer Plus.
Oh, right, yes, I'm looking at it now.
You can play ZX Spectrum games on it.
That must have hurt. playing Spectrum games on your phone. Yes, but not in the way you think. I have a picture
You get some strange ideas.
of Alan Sugar here holding the thing. Oh, it's terrible. It looks.
Hold on, I'll get it up.
They got
The picture.
Oh.
Yeah, Emailer Plus with an @ where the A should be.
Like Google Plus, then.
Mm.
If it's anything like Google Plus, I'm sure it was a failure. Hey! Oh, go on.
It was just pretty pointless, really. For what it, you could see the idea, but everyone was sort of getting computers at the time, so it was pointless.
Wow, Mark is still transferring stuff, I think, for Wouter.
He's transferring like the entire bank balance of the Netherlands.
I think he's just copying the internet.
Yeah.
I'm copying the internet.
Just casually.
I think that's also lagging my internet.
Copy to a.
It's my favorite pastime, copying files. Oh look, there's Mr. Sugar.
Yes, there it is.
Sugar.
That's it.
Is that the one? Yes.
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
Oh man, that thing played Spectrum games?
Yeah, well, the Plus version of it did.
Oh. How did he play them, though?
Yeah, you had to buy them from an online service.
Ah, I see.
I think it's got a mini tape module in it, like the old answer phones.
Ah.
Like a micro cassette.
And here's a picture where he's holding a credit card in the same hand as the phone.
Yeah, well, he's done all right, isn't he? So you can't really knock it that much.
No, but he still had ideas. That's
some were good and some weren't.
Say of a lot of people.
And also he does The Apprentice these days, which is a very good TV show. He said through gritted teeth. Oh.
The thing that annoys me about him, he does refuse to talk about the Amstrad line a lot. I don't know why. He doesn't often talk about it.
Do you think he considers this a failure?
Well, I don't think he does, because the CPC was comparatively successful. It's successful. It sold 5 million.
Maybe he's not a big fan of gaming, and he's just shoved that on the shelf with his hundreds of other projects that.
Yeah, I think he has. I think he
did. Did he stop talking about the Amstrad when he bought Sinclair?
But he's also stopped talking about all his audio equipment that was not the best in the world. So I guess, it's just some of the stuff that he only wants to talk about is successful stuff.
Wasn't he the chairman of Tottenham Hotspur for a while as well? So I get the feeling he just has.
They weren't successful.
Yeah, he has a play with things, and then when it goes wrong, he gets out at the right time. I guess that's what's the mark of a good businessman.
Yeah,
he's pretty smart.
Yes.
Well, Clive Sinclair. I think it's funny to see, because Clive Sinclair and Alan Sugar do have something in common, and they were able to build things to a price. So that's.
Yeah.
And they sported beards.
Yes. Oh, speaking of which,
and curly hairdos. Oh, wait a minute.
Speaking of which, the Game Reviewer Archive on YouTube, which is run by Mr. Guru Larry, go and look it up, recently uploaded the Micromen BBC TV drama, which was on BBC 4, I think, about 5 years ago, half a decade ago. A very interesting show with Alexander Armstrong and a couple of other famous guys in it. I can't remember if Alan Sugar's in there. He must be. He must be in there, because he was part of that whole scene.
Was he fighting everyone?
Possibly.
No. He's not. Well, he may be in a few scenes or in. But the story plays out well before Sinclair was bought. I think just about at the end of the movie, Sinclair was bought by Amstrad.
So maybe it just appears at the end. Yes.
I've seen the Atari one. The Atari one's good.
I've never seen the Atari one.
No.
Yeah, it's a documentary about the rise and fall of Atari. It's really good. Really interesting.
I suppose I should have. Do you know what it's called? The Rise and Fall of Atari?
Something like that. I can't remember. Hang on a minute.
It doesn't seem that Alan Sugar was in Micromen because he's not listed in the cast.
Oh. Well, it could be he's in some archive footage.
Yes.
Perhaps that's why he doesn't speak about the Amstrad CPC, because he's pissed off that he wasn't in that.
He wasn't in the movie.
No, you know, screw them.
It's the history of video games: the rise and fall of Atari.
Okay.
That's what it's called.
I'm sure I can
find
find it somewhere online. History of video games.
It's on YouTube in parts, I believe.
Okay.
I do really like Atari, I have to say. I'm a big Atari fan. So
the first thing I got to Atari is the Super TV Boy.
Yeah.
Great piece of kit.
Yeah.
Super TV Boy. I bought this 2 weeks ago. It's new old stock. Let's see if this shows up.
Yeah, just get it as well.
Great stuff. Yeah. Who doesn't have that? Who still doesn't have one of these?
Yeah.
Wonder Boy.
I played on one of them. My brother-in-law acquired one and he sold it on. And we sat down going through it.
It's great fun. But the Atari has the 800 has a nice flash card as well. Well, this one, the Atari My IDE 2, which I got because Mark thought it was a very cool device, and it is.
Well, it's a hell of a lot better than my Commodore 64 Tulip thingy.
Yes, and you should make a video about that thing. It's.
I actually did. I made a video and I hacked it. Actually, I actually ran Doom on it and stuff.
That's a pretty.
Yeah, I was stupid enough to buy it.
That's something like the Mega PC.
Yes. Well, Smooth MJ mentions the Mega PC in the comments. He says, the Mega PC sounds like the best of both worlds now, but realistically it was hugely underpowered. 1 meg of RAM, 40 gig hard drive, and 250k of video memory.
Was it a 286 or a 386?
Yeah, I think it was a 386 even, and it was at the time where the 486 already was very prevalent.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I remember in those days you had to pretty much upgrade your PC every year to
every
be able to
2
run.
months actually to keep up.
Still do?
No.
No, I've actually been running for the same PC for about 4 years now, I guess.
Yeah, same here actually. Mine, I just upgraded the graphics card recently.
Yeah.
So that was
still going.
Indeed.
It was very bad back in the 90s.
Yeah, but the level of performance jumps was a lot bigger, it seemed.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. It wasn't bad. It was what it was at the time.
Well, it was pretty bad. We all looked at that.
But it's easy to say looking back at it now with what we've got now. It's easy to say that, but at the time,
well,
amazing.
I have to agree up to a point. But the things you forget are the fiddling with jumpers because of IRQs you have to set and compatibility problems and co-pros and well, you name it.
Learning curve. It's all learning curve, isn't it?
Just about any other system was way more advanced when it came to expansions and stuff than the PC. I had an Atari ST in those days as well. And well, if you got a piece of hardware, just plugged it in and it worked. No fiddling about with stuff. So
PCs took a while to catch up to the consoles.
yeah, absolutely.
That's what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now it's the other way around.
I remember adding a corner tape drive to my system, and that wreaked havoc with all the sound cards and the graphics cards and stuff. It had a special daughter board that I had to install, and that was just it was supposed to be plug and play, but it wasn't really. So that kind of stuff.
That's what I hate about PC gaming, because I can't stand all the fucking conflictions, the sound card and this graphics driver, this and the other. It's like, you know what? Cartridge, disc, console, TV. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah.
That's it.
And that's what I don't like about PlayStation 3, that you still had to install all these updates and stuff.
Yeah.
Way more than
agree.
it made it into a PC almost, you know.
Well, when I got the Xbox One powered on, it began to ask for an update right away.
Oh, you got an Xbox One?
Yes.
So,
Oh man.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm really sorry.
Yeah, well,
You're banished to the naughty step.
Forza Horizon is coming out in a few days, so that's something that.
I'm still not buying it.
No, you don't have to. It's the racing games are my weak point.
Well, Forza is not really my game. I got a couple of them, but I actually ended up not playing them.
I think I gave you a Forza, the one that I won in that store.
Still not playing it. Don't want to be ungrateful, but
No, it's okay.
it's okay. He says. Yeah.
I'm sorry to move you on from this, but we have had some comments.
Great.
Joooinnn has left a whole slew of them. He says, actually, I'll read these in order. Mark is leaking those cloud naked pics. Lol.
Huh?
Ooh, naked pics.
Please explain yourself, Joooinnn. Joooinnn also says, LGR, that's Clint, did a review of the Saturn 3D card plugin today with the controller.
Yeah.
Ooh, I need to see that.
Very cool.
It's a loaner. I thought he got it for his collection, but it's a loaner, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You can see that he really, really wanted that thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a whole bunch of PC boxes actually up there. You can see them.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, that is.
I wish I still had mine, because
yeah, same here actually.
Still have a lot of PC games, but I lost nearly all of them due I lost the boxes, not the games themselves, and the manuals I still have as well. But I had some leaks in the attic, and unfortunately the PC game boxes were just under that leak. They were all destroyed.
That's a shame.
Yep.
I threw the boxes out, and I'm in a similar situation. I still have all the discs and the manuals, but the boxes I threw out. The only thing I threw out ever, and I don't like it. I still think that was a stupid thing to do.
I even had a Toblerone box of Day of the Tentacle. Man, I love that.
Yeah. Great game.
And it's fantastic to eat as well. Joooinnn finally says, Chris, do you have Dick Tracy on the GX4000? Because it's going on eBay for just £150.
I know it is. It's on eBay at the moment for 150 quid. Yeah.
Wow. Is it the one game you still have to get?
No, I've got to get many. It's a very difficult system to collect for. They're all very expensive. Every single one of the games now, apart from Burning Rubber. Even
got that with the system.
That comes with the system. It's 15,000. Well, there's more than 15,000 copies of that because it came with all the Plus systems as well.
Oh right.
So about 3,500 Plus systems were sold. 15,000 GX4000 were sold. So that's the Burning Rubber count. But then you've got all the other games which they were so spaced apart production-wise. Some of them were only released in France. Some of them were barely released at all. It's very difficult to track them all down and everything. I've got a couple of the rare ones I've got, which are valuable, like Navy SEALs, Tintin on the Moon. another one as well, but I can't off the top of my head.
Chris,
But
do
yeah.
we know who has the largest collection of GX4000 games?
And probably Zypho's got nearly all of them.
Really?
I think he's probably got them all apart from JSXQ2.
I'm offended that Zypho didn't ask any of us lot, us two GX4000 fans, or Amstrad fans, to participate in his Happy Birthday Amstrad
I did talk to him
video.
about that.
No, but he still didn't ask you.
No, he's promised me that when he does another one that I'm on. That's what he's promised me.
Ah, yes, Chris, we really should do that Amstrad 12-pack video.
We do.
We keep saying we're going to do it, but we...
I've got them all on my system, ready to go.
All right.
Yeah.
We've got to organise something then.
Is there a flash card for the GX, so you can at least
No
play
point.
those?
Yeah, but that's an interesting thing you should say that actually, Casado, because we were talking about this on the forum the other day about a flash card for the GX. No one's developed one because there's only 26 games for it, so no one's sort of like bothered
It's
to
the same deal for the for the
Well,
Trex, but this is a flash card with all original games from Trex. So
yeah, no one's done it. I think it's something to do with the EPROMs as well. The thing is, what a lot of people do is because every game is on a ROM apart from JSXQ2, because the person that owns the only known copy of JSXQ2 refuses to get it flashed to ROM.
Oh.
Because he thinks it will damage the cart. Now he's been promised by several people that this will not happen. There's no way they can't. They're not going to damage the cart. They're not even going to open it up. They can flash it from the.
Do you think
right. It's just
there's another reason, isn't there? And we all know what that is.
It'll lose value.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
But I don't think it will, because it will still be the only original with box instructions and cover art.
Yes, because that didn't damage those other really rare games, did it? The fact
no,
that it was ROM
it didn't happen for Radiant Silvergun as well. I think when it came when it was released on the Xbox 360. Well, it's still the Saturn game that's the collectible one, not the downloadable copy on the 360.
It's one of Steve's collections, which I'm really impressed by that he's got a copy of Radiant Silvergun.
Yeah.
Mr. Retro on Limb. Steve.
No, me and Mr. Benway.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Yeah. So what was because what a lot of them can do, they can flash the ROM onto a chip and plug them into a hacked burning rubber cart, and that plays the game on the original system. You see.
There's no protection on it at all.
There's no protection on it, no. But then again, my argument to that is, well, why destroy a burning rubber cart and go all that trouble? We can just play it on emulator anyway. It's the same. Only one game out of all of them, obviously JSXQ2 aside because we don't know, but out of all the games, only one of them can't be played on emulator because it requires Control Port 2. And you can't configure the emulator to use Control Port 2 by default, which is really awkward. And that's Tennis Cup 2, that is. So you have to play that off the system.
Huh. Well, on this point, actually, Retro on Limb has chimed in. He says, JSHQ2 is the holy grail for the JX4000.
It is.
And
Yeah.
Smooth MJ has replied, you'd have to be one very, very lucky bastard to pick up an official, non-flashed EEPROM version of that game, and a massive idiot to sell it.
Yeah, it's right. You can't disagree with any of that. But I just wish the guy... I mean, I think it's a Spanish chap who owns it. There's a video on YouTube that he's posted it when he's plugging it into his Plus machine and playing it. And he shows it in its box and everything. And it's like, oh my fucking... That thing is worth thousands. Not joking.
It's the only known one. Is it the game?
The rumour was once there was 2 copies box.
Oh.
But we've never... But this is all hearsay. We don't. No one knows. The forum, Zypho himself doesn't know, and he owns the GX4000 website with all the games listed on it and everything. So yeah, it's very rare. Dick Tracy, what Steve was talking about, is another one of the very rare games on it, and that's why the guy wants 150 for it.
Well, still, if it's so very rare, then 150 is not very much money.
It's not massively rare, but it's one of the rarer games.
Well, it's the low hundreds of copies.
Yeah. Probably even less than that.
Yeah.
So, Chris, you're saying there's only one known copy of JSHQ2?
we've only ever seen one
Right.
copy.
So there are some more out there, possibly
don't-
some
well, there
people's
could be.
attics, but
We
how
could
many?
be.
How many were produced though? I should
We don't
think there
know.
might have been quite a few more than one.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I mean, the rumour was that only a couple were printed.
Hmm.
There you go. That's all I know. But there's some anomalies like that. Gaza 2 is another game that which is based off Kickoff. Now that was reviewed by Amstrad Action and got high ratings as being like a fast version of Kickoff. They showed it there was pictures of it in its box and cover art and everything. Never saw a copy ever in the shops at the time, and never seen a copy since. It's not even listed as an official game. So
Right.
some strange anomalies with that system.
Maybe
Yeah.
it was never released. Maybe it was just given to
Yeah,
the reviewers to review an early copy, and then they just
Maybe
decided
so.
to pull the plug.
Well, it's back in those days. Most games weren't hyped up as nowadays. So when a game does disappear from the shops, like with the basketball title a few years ago, yeah, then everybody knows about it. But well, back in those days, games just turned up in the shops. So
yeah.
who knows?
The only other rare one, really rare one, is the Phaser light gun duo pack, which is the light gun for the GX with one cart with 2 games on it. No, sorry, tell a lie. Two carts. One package with 2 carts in it. Skeet Shoot and
Is that the same
Enforcer.
same kind of shell as the Spectrum light gun from Amstrad?
Sorry?
Is it the same kind of shell as the Spectrum light gun from Amstrad? I'm not sure about the software. About the hardware. Sorry.
The cartridge shell, you mean?
No, the gun shell.
It's a modified phaser, Trojan phaser, and that was rare as well. Zypho's got that, and I think it's not quite official, but it's nearly the official. I know he's got a copy of it, and Skeet Shoot is actually one of the best games on the system.
Well, it is an unfortunate system. I think 26 games and they're all rare as fuck.
Well, it's up there with.
Thankfully,
Virtual
though,
Boy.
nobody cares.
It's up there with the Virtual Boy and the GameCube. How many for the Trex?
Apparently, people do care because the prices are going up. So
I was joking.
Like me, there are several idiots out there like me. So someone's got to love it.
Okay. So you're fighting against Zypho currently for the largest collection of GX 4000 games.
Oh no, Zypho's got more than me. There's another guy that I saw on YouTube who has actually got. He hasn't got some of the games I've got, but he's got a couple of games I do want. Because only yesterday I missed out on a boxed copy of Wild Streets, which is one of the games I need. And the only reason. Sorry.
How many do you have now?
17.
Getting closer. Getting closer.
Yeah. Well, the goal is to get 2 a year, either loose or boxed. But you all heard the story about the Pang box, didn't you?
What happened?
Yeah,
Was there no game inside?
You didn't watch my video on it.
I might have done, but I might have forgotten.
When I got the system originally, when I was a kid, I got Robocop 2, Operation Thunderbolt, and Pang. They were the 4 games that were easily available in the shops at the time. And later on, Batman and Barbarian came along as well. But they were the 4 I had. And I never bought another one for years because I moved on to the SNES pretty quickly. Yeah. But they were still on the shelves, and I kind of thought to myself, well, they're not going to be worth much because the system's failed, and you think like that as a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
So I opened one of the boxes up randomly. I didn't care what it was. I just picked a box up of a night out, drinking and smoking, and used it as an ashtray.
Oh.
Used the plastic box, the grey plastic box, as an ashtray.
I think the failed trumpet
I don't know why.
Now.
Because he was drunk.
Probably, but it was a stupid thing to do, and I regret. It's one of the biggest things I regret actually about doing that. Because not only did I do that, is at the same time because I didn't want anything to catch fire, I took the cover art out and put that in the bin.
Oh dear, this sounds like very, very painful memories. So,
Pain now is worth a lot of money. If you find it boxed instructions, because it is the best game on the system.
Well, Pang is a great game.
It's
I really love it.
The
Yes.
2000 version is brilliant, and yeah, you're looking at £200 easy for a boxed version of that.
Well, there are more expensive ashtrays, though.
Yeah.
But not many that are made from cardboard.
Okay, I fear that this is a very painful memory for Chris. So just finally on this, Smooth MJ says, with regards to the flashing of the Chase H2 card, if I owned it, then I certainly wouldn't send it out to anybody for them to flash due to the risk of it getting lost or stolen.
Or burnt.
Yeah.
Or somebody putting an ashtray on it. And Retro and Lim says, Wild Streets is rubbish. Too easy to complete.
Yes, it is. You can complete it in 5 minutes.
You don't have to send the card.
That's not the point, is it? Collectors don't care about the quality of the game. They want to collect it they want a full collection, don't they? So,
are you a closed box collector then?
For that system, I am. For that system, I am. Not for everything. I don't mind. I've got loads of I've got my SNES, for instance, loads of loose SNES carts. That doesn't really bother me. But when it comes to the Amstrad stuff, yeah, I like it all boxed and nice and neat.
Yeah. Well, it's the same for me with the Vectrex. I could have bought Pole Position, but there was no box, so I let it go. But I've never seen a Pole Position since. Yeah.
I like to have the boxes for the consoles as well, of course. But I really wish I had a box, and it's only a cardboard box with writing on it. But I always wanted a box for the CPC, but I never got one.
Do they even exist? They're like pen's teeth, I'd expect. I don't think I've ever seen one, even on the internet. In fact, I'm going to look one up right now.
Yeah, they exist.
Really?
Yeah.
Ghosts or something. You never see them.
It's nothing special. It's just a cardboard box with Amstrad CPC written on it. That's literally all it is.
Right. I've got a picture of it here.
You can make one. You know?
And it would be better. It would be better.
Okay, Mark has his Vectrex.
There we go.
Play again.
I've got two GXs. I've got my box mint one, which doesn't get touched, and I've got my one that I play.
So you're saying the hardware is actually pretty easy to find compared to the games, then?
Sorry?
The hardware of the GX4000 is pretty easy to find compared to the games.
Yeah, you'll be able to pick the console up, probably boxed as well, with burning rubber, loads of places, 50 quid, 60 quid, something like that.
So how went it back in the days that people bought a thing, thought this is rubbish, never bought any game for it, and left it at that?
Well, a lot of the time they weren't available. That's the thing. They came out too, just like the CPC, they came out too slowly, and it wasn't actually. In a kind of way, it wasn't Amstrad's fault. Amstrad didn't market the machine well enough, and it wasn't. You got to remember, it wasn't 8-bit coming out when the 16 bits were due out. That was another thing that was a big mistake about it. But the software houses didn't back it. They didn't back it, and if it's not backed within the first couple of weeks or months, should I say, then it's going to fail. And so it lasted from the beginning of November to the beginning of February the following year.
And its following year is 92, something like that?
It came out in November 1990, and it was discontinued in February 1991.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there were still games coming out for it after 1991. Or after February 1991, should I say. I think some of the later ones, No Exit was one of the last games to get released, which, again, not a great game, but that came out, I think, a couple of months after the system was discontinued. So, a lot of them sold in France again.
Oh, those blasted French people. They're always stealing our stuff.
We want the GX4000.
Right.
There's no GX4000, I think. What I'm seeing there is Outrun on the Master System.
It's the Master System.
Oh, the picture.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just a random picture I got from my hard drive. Right, I'm going to move us on from the JX4000 and the Amstrad CPC because we've had a comment. This is from King Arthur, and he asks, Engelbert, can we see some of those PC games that you've got on top of your wardrobe?
Yeah, I probably might do a video about it soon. It's just no, I haven't considered it yet. I'm just concentrating more on PS2 and PS1, more those obscure titles. So for the moment, I just wait on those, and then yeah, I might do PC games. But I did feature a few on my pickup videos. If you see them, I found mostly in charity shops and caribou sales. So they're not easy to find, but you might find them, especially mostly around my area. But yeah, what I was really happy to find was Deus Ex.
Yep, it's a great game.
Oh yeah, I found it in a charity shop near my house actually. But it wasn't without disc, so I had to find it on eBay actually. Yeah, it cost me £5 at the end of the day, so it was worth it.
I'm leaning over to see if I can see what boxes there are, but that's not so easy. I'm not actually going any closer.
Yeah, going closer to the screen, it doesn't help. Not like a television screen.
Like in the Blade Runner. Enhance. Yes.
Yeah.
Now I see it.
Talking about PC games, I got actually in that shelf over there as well, so it's full of them. It's got probably about 60 or something like that.
Yeah, that's why those PC games all moved up to the attic, because they're so damn big.
Space Hogs. That would be a great game, wouldn't it? Pigs in space. Space Hogs. Fantastic. Right.
My games are all in a different room.
They're all in a different universe.
Yes.
And vaporized, sent away with.
Oh no, I have my 360 games here.
Yes, I noticed those earlier.
Yeah. This was you asked about my favorite console. It's not the 360, but I really do like the 360. There's a weird continuation from the Dreamcast to the 360. It's sort of spiritual successors, I think.
Yeah, the Dreamcast 2, you might even say.
Yeah, the Xbox. The original Xbox is the Dreamcast 2, and you still notice some echoes on the 360 sometimes.
One noticed as well, the GameCube is kind of a Dreamcast too. So in a way, the Dreamcast split into two. In a way, kind of the GameCube and the Xbox. Those are the closest ones that I can think of.
Well, I think the Xbox is closer to the Dreamcast.
Because it was made in collaboration with Sega. Microsoft was with Sega and doing collaboration like exclusives and everything. Also, the whole design of both the console and the controller. In fact, the controller is awkward.
Yeah.
You've seen it. Yeah, especially the big ass one. That's awkward as well.
Well, the Dreamcast controller is already awkward. So and the analog pad for the Saturn as well. So there's some track record.
Indeed. So people are crying out, "Oh, Dreamcast 2!" But you already got it. It's the Xbox.
Yeah.
Just use that one. Get the Xbox.
We all know Nintendo do the best controllers.
Oh yeah. Well, apart from GameCube. Though it's not the best controller.
I'm not keen on that either.
I like the Saturn, the Japanese Saturn pad very much. That's a great controller.
Oh, white. That's excellent.
And the PC Engine controller is also one of my favorites.
Well, what about this?
The 2-button one or the 6-button one?
What about
the 2-button one?
That is creepy.
What about
the GX one?
Yes. What about this controller?
What's that?
That's
There's 4 buttons on it.
Yes.
It's a Super Nintendo in a Game Boy shell.
I think it's a Raspberry Pi.
That's great. That is.
If that's real, that's a very very well done mod. But I'm not sure, Mark. You do have a Raspberry Pi. Is it powerful enough to run SNES games at a reasonable pace?
Yeah, if you overclock it a little. 16-bit, 8-bit is okay, but PlayStation 32-bit like Saturn it's not being able to play that. And I think it's in the drawer again.
Oh.
It's one of the
stuff
things that you
and
take out and then
I
just.
want to know where the shoulder buttons go.
Good point.
Yeah.
I don't know if there
At the
are
back.
any.
Yeah, I think at the back actually. Some modders do them at the back.
Huh.
Tap it on the back like the Vita.
Yeah, indeed. But wait, sorry. I've been controversial. The Vita is also on console. Sorry, I'm really controversial there.
Is
I was
that your
playing on
favorite
Vita earlier.
console? The Vita?
Yeah, I really like it. I mean, of course, the PSP is better, but the Vita is. Is a
Oh, I
great
like
console.
the Vita.
Yeah.
It's
Fine,
more
it's
of a real console than a handheld, I think. But
Yeah, indeed. I like it. I like it portable. Even away the portable PS3s. I love them.
yeah,
Does have that very nice Jeff Minter game.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
TXT.
don't know what it is, but when I'm playing on Vita, I feel like I'm going to break it. I don't know why. It just feels so delicate. But when I'm playing on the DS, it doesn't feel delicate. I don't know why.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I mean the Vita. I mean for me it's fine. The Vita is actually quite robust, but the PSP is lame. That's when it's delicate. That's why I'm afraid to break it.
Yeah, the analog knob on the PSP, I find a bit delicate, and also the little door from the MD drives. And stuff.
Oh yeah.
Thought I had my PSP lying around here, but
I
it's
love
not.
these PSP.
Yeah.
My Game Boy
got
Pocket's bulletproof.
The Game Boy Pocket. Yeah. I do have a Game Boy Color, but that screen scratches awfully quickly. That's
Yeah, there you go. Actually, I got a Game Boy right here. Sorry, I do apologize. There you go. So here's my case and backlit Game Boy Advance. There you go.
Hey,
Ah.
Mark, let us show yours.
I'll show mine.
Yeah, I can't turn it on because I haven't got any batteries. But well, I got.
That one's been modded, friend.
Oh yeah, I got it for. I haven't modded it myself. I got it on eBay for 60 quid. It's a good mod, actually.
Isn't it?
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah. So it's like the SP101.
Yeah, I prefer getting the actual original Game Boy Advance because in a way it's more comfortable and I wanted something different than the usual SP.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is mine.
Ooh, yes, from 8-bit Evolution.
Yeah. And and it's backlit, so.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it has a flash card in it.
Oh, you got the glass.
What's the battery
Yo.
like in that?
Battery is very good. I thought it would be less because of the backlight, but it runs very smooth on.
So it's like the.
What?
I can hear my voice.
What's going on? Something crazy. Aha! We have a new entrant to the call. It is Mr. Kit171, the king of the live stream. Hello!
Yes, the overly cynical and long drawn-out person is here.
Great to have you back
looks like
on
Max
Retro
Payne.
Live channel.
Well, I streamed myself for about 6-7 hours the other day.
6-7 hours.
I saw you post the start of your stream, Kit, and when I went to bed because I was watching
I
that
can't
Scottish
hear a
thing.
word you're saying. It's just a mess of voices.
Go on, Chris.
I can hear myself speaking.
I can't hear anything.
Oh. Okay, let's forget it.
It sounds like I'm in a restaurant.
Someone's got the stream playing in the background.
Crazy.
Yeah,
This
that's
is
why
all messed up. It's behind. There's so many voices.
Yeah, someone's got the stream playing in the background.
That is really cool, man.
I have no idea what's going on.
Oh dear, everything's going to pot.
Oh.
It sounds drunk.
Right, I was actually going to call the halt to this stream, but now Kit's jumped on. We'll have to do another 5 minutes.
Oh,
Yeah,
5
probably.
hours, you say? Ah.
Another 5 hours, yes. While he's sorting out his tech problems.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, I fixed it. I had it open in a tab, but I didn't realize it. I was doing other stuff, and then he said, join in on this thing. I was like, I had no idea what you were talking about. I said something about a Vectrex. I thought that's what you were talking about. I was like, I can't afford one of those.
Oh yes, this is well, unofficially the Vectra Extreme, isn't it? Because it
Yes.
keeps coming up every 5 minutes.
Oh, I just saw it. It was like that's the first thing I noticed. Is like I like it. It looks nice.
The Vectrex is an awesome system. If you,
That one looks like it's in really good condition. It's even got its original controller.
it's
I love how the controllers are so wide on those things. I never understood how you're supposed to hold them because even though I don't have gigantic hands, but I got big hands, I don't even think I could reach all the buttons without stretching my hand really far.
See, that's it. I don't think they're meant to be held.
Yeah.
I think they're meant to be placed on the table.
Yeah, they're tabletop controllers.
Like an arcade
Also,
stick.
Most games only use 1 or 2 buttons. The Hyper Race does use all 4, but it's 1 button for each gear, so that's not very hard to press as well.
How very novel.
And Flappy Bird only uses, Vecky Bird only uses 1 button.
Yeah, I was just going to ask.
Bird?
Yeah? Yeah.
You got Vecky Bird?
Yeah, Vecky Bird, yes. Yes, you missed it.
Oh, yes, we had it in the first half an
It's one of
hour.
those homebrew games
Blown
like the
away.
Mm-hmm. Indeed it is. But I think it's a little bit overkill to have 4 buttons on the Vectrex, because in most of the games...
standard controller has 4 buttons if you count the start button.
And, yeah, it never had a problem, except with the fighting games.
Well, that's why later on the 6-button one became the standard. And even then, some other games use it. In fact, very few games, most games don't even say it in their manual, but some games actually even use the mode button to do stuff. Blackthorn on the 32X does. I think it's used for inventory selection or something like that. There's quite a few games that do. It all depends. Most of the time it's useless.
Wow.
There's only 2 games that actually need to use the mode button to switch it into 3-button mode because it's incompatible with it. No, there's 3 games. My bad.
Yeah. I like simple controllers. Unfortunately, when I'm playing games on modern systems, I tend to get confused which button to press, and it happens when I play
I couldn't actually tell you the controls
games together.
I don't know how I remember them all, but I couldn't tell you the controls to any game I play. Even with keyboard and mouse, I just memorize it somehow. Well, standardized controls help too. Well, that's part. Well, standardized controls kind of help too. Most first-person shooters on console kind of use the same control setup, so that helps.
Becomes like a reflex.
Yeah, muscle reflex. It's even easier with something like the NES. Well, you got 2 buttons you use. That's about it.
That's
It's kind of hard to mix those up. That's why some people felt really weird when they switched around the run and jump buttons in some version of Mario Brothers. Is like, why would they change it around? We got so used to it being the other way for so many years, and it feels weird. I can get that. It makes sense.
Yes. Why switch it up? There's no good reason to do that.
Anyway, guys, I'm going to sign off. Been a pleasure.
Yeah.
So take it easy. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Yack.
Adios.
Yack.
Hello! Sorry, I just went to the toilet there. I do apologise.
See you later, I'm off.
Ah, well, thank you very much for joining tonight, Chris. I'll play you a quick tune to say goodbye.
Go on in.
Goodbye.
Okay, thank you very much.
There you go. Right. So, before we close up this evening, does anybody have anything they would like to plug?
I have a stream I can do now.
Okay, subscribe to
I
my
don't
channel.
know. I didn't know how late this was. I was doing other stuff, and all of a sudden, now I'm here. I don't know. I come in late.
Oh,
Yes.
one more thing, sorry. Kit 1 looks like Max Payne.
Oh, sorry, you dropped out there, Engelbert.
No, sorry. Kit 171 looks like Max Payne. That's what I wanted to
Max
say.
Payne.
Oh!
I've
get a
played that
picture.
game. I look nothing like him. Trust me.
Yes, the first Max Payne.
I wish I looked like him.
It's bullet time. There. I don't have anything to add.
No,
It's
late. It's a quarter
time
to
for
1.
bed.
already,
Yes,
so.
it's an hour later here, of course. So
Yeah, and even 7 hours later from kids' perspective, I guess.
It's early for me. I don't go to sleep until like 2 in the morning. So
No, but I guess it's about what is it? Beginning of the
it's
end of the afternoon.
6:44 here.
Yeah, 6:44. Yeah.
Ah,
So
right.
so you have the entire evening ahead of you. Cool.
And morning.
And morning. Okay.
You can actually play some games. Or
Well, I
stream.
do multiple things at one time, so yeah.
Right.
Why?
Oh well, it does kind of look like it.
I don't look nothing like him.
Mm.
My head is not that square or polygoned either, but you know. Oh, and he
Better
doesn't wear
textures in
glasses.
real life.
I look nothing like him.
Yeah, don't
The
you
only
see?
thing me and him have in common is he's got a leather jacket and I like leather jackets. That's it. I don't look nothing like him.
He also has no body in that picture either. And you
No,
clearly do.
Kind of a
I
problem.
think he's stuck in the stairs or something.
Yes.
What happened there?
I don't know.
Well, I'm down one organ, he's down all of them.
Yeah.
He's
I
actually
only
walking
lost
on
one.
his hands.
It looks like he's having a major bowel movement or something.
Yeah, he had more surgery than I had apparently.
He's pooping the stairs.
I think so. Yeah.
I think it's one of those Langoliers ate him. That's what's going on.
Oh God,
I think so,
Langoliers.
yeah.
Damn it. That's a name I haven't heard in years.
I like Stephen King, so I know all about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was actually that's
It's a great story.
completely unrelated, but there were 2 films with the Langoliers, I think. A movie and a television movie or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
And one was worse than the other. That's what I remember.
Well, I kind of like him.
I like
But
them
I'm
because
easy.
they're funny,
I mean,
not
if
because
it's
they're
a
good.
story, I'm easily pleased, I guess.
Yeah.
The overacting is hilarious.
Yeah.
There's not such thing as overacting.
Oh, I've just
You'd be
noticed.
surprised.
Just noticed. Mark has a
Oh.
Vectrex hiding in the
Yes.
background there that's been hidden for most of the stream. It's just
You
appeared.
know, they have to have been bored before they showed that thing in front of them for that kind of reaction.
They're not even looking at the screen, so what's happening there?
It's like they were playing with Lincoln Logs, and all of a sudden they put a Vectrex in front of them. It's like, holy crap!
They're impressed by the demo. Whoa, look at that! Can we play this? No.
Yeah.
If that was your mother. Let's see the picture
I
again.
would be very scared.
I would be.
Heart.
Kids, you look like that mother.
Again, no. You can
No.
compare them whatever you want. You're just getting further and further away from whatever might be possible.
Yeah.
Well, let's go one further. You might as well compare me to Bill Gates, because I like computers just like him. I use Windows and I wear glasses.
Do you have billions?
I can make comparisons too.
Yeah. Do you have billions in the bank?
I wish. If I did, I wouldn't be messing with this or game stuff in general. I know exactly what I'd be doing. Wouldn't be none of this.
That's true.
Exactly.
A curse and blow.
I know exactly what I'd be doing.
Right, and on that sobering thought, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the first edition of Yack versus the World. Whether there's going to be another is debatable. But tomorrow we're going to be back for the Retro Unlim podcast, myself and Scott the Console Snob, with a special guest who we are not going to announce yet. But I'm going to ask you one more time, guys. Do you have anything to plug?
Well, that game that Wouter and I were playing, Quest for the Rings, I'm still uploading the footage, and Wouter is probably going to edit it, so it's going to be up at the Highlanders channel someday soon.
I don't have anything to plug because all my controllers are wireless.
Yeah!
And I prefer wired.
Castano, you've been brilliant tonight. You've been the resident comedian. Been
Thank
on from
you.
the very beginning, and
Yes.
you've got the most gongs. Which is actually one, because that was the first one. But actually, I do have something to plug personally. Coming up soon on the Retro Unlim channel, it's Season 2 of my Games World commentaries, backed by unpopular demand. Nobody asked for it, except maybe one person. But the first episodes are going to be starring a very special guest, and that is someone who's been on Games World himself. He's taken on the might of the Videators and won. He is the one, the only, Mr. Guru Larry.
Right. That's great.
That's nice.
Yes, so look out for those in the coming weeks.
I like him. I like his voice. It's
Oh,
Did you bribe him?
No, he did it voluntarily, strangely. Yes.
Wow. You get him to do some artwork for the show.
I actually asked him if he would do that, so he may do. I don't know.
Right.
You're more likely to see some teletext out for it
draw
instead.
really, really well, that guy.
Yes. Somebody go and hire him. He needs the money. I don't know if he does really, but just hire him. Okay.
Well,
he deserves the work.
He deserves the work, yes.
Yes, he's a fantastic artist. In fact, I can get a picture up. I think I've got one in my documents. Because we've done so many of these streams, I've got so many pictures from the previous editions. I'm sure I've got one of his artworks somewhere. Or maybe not. It all goes very quiet. Here it is. Ah. There you go.
Ah, very light. Oh. I thought it looked exactly like that Vectrex commercial thing.
Yes. It's a little known fact that he did all the artwork.
Wow. Yeah. Pretty cool.
There you go. That was one of his earlier attempts, he said, when he appeared on the edition in January. And also, this picture's called oldart.jpg.
Well,
better than I could draw.
Yes, it's pretty nice.
Yes. As Borat would say, very nice.
Very nice. Very late 80s anime style.
Hello.
Well, late 90s, mid 90s.
Hello, Yack.
I like it.
That was a very good impression. Yeah. And on that bombshell...
That's the picture, you artist.
And on that bombshell, I'm going to say goodbye for another week from the glorious Republic of Kazakhstan. From me, Ali G. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
It's goodbye from Costado.
Hasta luego.
From Mr. Engelbert III.
Bye.
From Kit171.
Bye.
And from Mr. Mark Verheer.
Bye.
Brilliant. Oh!
Oh no!
Oh, what are you doing?
In a second.
Dave!
Oh.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, I was just about to hit the stop broadcast button, and Mr. Lawnboy's posters jumped in. Hello, Dave, do you have anything to say in closing?
Last second, Larry.
Yeah, I literally, in my defense, I only just got out of bed.
I love Mama.
It figures the one time I'm on here and then you come on here in this last second.
It's not just you, mate. I've done this many, many times.
Yeah, this is actually the earliest he's ever been on any live stream. So welcome, Dave.
Yeah.
How's it hanging?
Bye, as it were. It's alright. Like I said, I had a long day, so I went and crashed for a bit, and then I got up because I thought, shit, it's Slamcast tonight. So.
Oh yes, Slamcast, of course. Tune into the Retro on Them Network in an hour and 5 minutes if you're watching this live, or you can go and download it.
Nice to briefly meet you.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Well, do you have anything to say in closing, Dave?
Yeah, when are we going to do more Dave and Yack?
That's a good question. We're going to have to talk about that off air, aren't we?
Someone asked me, that was all.
Oh, who did?
Just a random commenter.
Just a random comment. Oh, so we do have fans then?
I think 2.
One.
And one of them's that mystery one who showed up the first time round.
Oh, yes, who was he? Yeah. It's a mystery to all of us. Oh, is that Tom, guys? He's saying, I think it's time to end. He doesn't want to be on camera. So, thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much for joining us all tonight for Yack versus the World, episode 1.
Yes, bye-bye.
Bye.
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 Bye. Bye.
Adios.
Bye.
So I would